Hey, you better fucking end it.
All right, hold on. Oh my god, fucking the Hitsystem, his shit, man. Ah, fucking fire.
Amazing. Sound like some American Gangster type shit.
Oh, that was right?
Yeah, it gave me those vibes.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Hitsystem, man.
Yo, shout out. Yeah, he's been showing nothing but love and not knocking like our other producers or anything. Hey, babe, do you want this?
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, because every producer has brought their own flair, their own style to the table, so we appreciate everybody.
Yeah,
So
but that shit was fun.
Hitsystem this month, man, he's been killing shit.
Killing it. Oh, damn. What project is that?
What?
The project that we got these
Sounds from the Hitsystem?
Yeah, Sounds from the Hitsystem.
Yeah.
Wait, Sounds from the System or
Sounds from the System, excuse me.
Sounds from the System, right?
System,
all right. Available everywhere. All right. So.
Get the levels right.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Talk real quick.
Let me do it. Check.
Check. All right, we're good now.
Check 1, 2.
All right, you guys are tuned into Lyrical Fix Podcast. It's episode 46.
46. 26.
I just gave the 48 voice. It's not
in
48
the 46
yet.
tone. Yes, I saw
Yeah,
that.
right.
I heard that. Yeah.
Right?
46.
46? No, it's
46?
not 48 yet.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's cool because it's one syllable. If you said 7, it wouldn't work. 47?
47? No, I think that
Maybe.
works. 47?
47. People don't know it's a reference to Ace Felly,
Yeah.
a.k.a. Mr. 48.
Did we just give something away? No, it's
No,
fine.
not
It's
necessarily.
fine. Yeah, no. I think I just gave something away.
Lyrical Fix Pod. This is your host, Kid Pro.
And Sade.
And please know you can find us at the Lyrical Fix Pod on IG. Check us out on Anchor, Audio Mac, Apple, Spotify, YouTube as well. Today, for a special occasion, because we are both tired of shit, this episode will not be filmed.
Well, last episode, oh, Cassius, he's so cute. Last episode, I fucked up, and
It was a group fuck up.
it was yeah. I realized I was like,
that.
wait, I didn't really fuck up, but I didn't want to just be like, oh, it was both of us.
But it was an honest mistake because I thought that it would help. I thought it was gonna help, but
What?
we obviously have to do a little more background research as to what's the right way to do it
Wait, for what?
for the video. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah. Well, no, the video, it was a whole bunch of shit, and we didn't have like the entire episode recorded. And usually, like, when we put up, like, I'll still put up the episode, but I'll have like whatever we didn't get to record, I'll have it with the cover art.
Yeah.
But last episode was kind of a mess.
Yeah, no, it was a shit show as far as the video goes.
As far as video goes.
Yeah.
So I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I can't, because also me being back to work and the fact, like, I edit most of the shit, it's been a bit of a hassle. And then today's completely me.
Today was, I didn't want to say that either. I wasn't going to get into it because I didn't want to throw you under the bus.
Oh, no, you could throw me under the bus.
Only
It's
if you
fine.
throw yourself first, then I'll join it.
Throw me under the 780. No, to me, today was completely me. Day drinking, got a little crazy
Dun, dun,
with
dun.
our friend Joy. I was supposed to be working.
Water.
Water.
We
No,
need a soundbite of that.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Water.
Maybe. No, I feel like if I have her say it, like if I record it off my phone, it's different. I'll have her come by again for like the episode.
Joy's the only person I know with that accent, and I don't ever want to hear anybody else with that accent ever speak to me because I just want.
So Joy's the only one that's supposed to be in existence?
The only person I want to know in existence is Joy because I love Joy's voice. Yo, Joy, the way she says it and everything, like I could listen to. Like you said it before.
Try working with her. Like when she was this new place, when she was like kind of training me, and I'm like, all right, how do you want me to ring this up? Because it's not like your typical system, and well, for anybody listening who's in restaurants, so she's like, yeah, something tall. She's been saying tall, but I'm thinking salt. I keep hearing salt. She's like, rock's tall, and I'm like, rock salt? Why would I? It's not a margarita though. She's like, no, not salt, tall. Like yeah. So,
salt and tall sounds similar.
Yeah. So anytime she says salt, like one time I gave her margarita. I had a margarita ordered, and she said salt, and I was like, are you saying salt now or tall? Like she gets annoyed with me. But anyway, so today, like because I was debating on where I was gonna go for lunch, because Thursdays before we do the podcast, so that way I don't get super lazy just being at home. If I go somewhere and I'm eating, like, because I don't eat during the podcast, like, so I get some work done for it. But we'll go to the bar next door,
right?
if you want to come with. So she comes with, and she's like, oh, I'll get some work done too. So we both have our notebooks. We're ready to work. Yeah, no, because Joy fucking knows everybody in the fucking world. So, and then also, we haven't been able to catch up like that, like here and there. But most of the time when we work together, then all of a sudden it gets busy. Like, we'll be able to catch up, but then it gets busy, and then it's just us working. And we don't get to be, like, have that friend time.
You know what?
So today was strictly friend time. And I told her, I was like, all right, at 2:30, we are working.
And it did not happen because y'all had to catch up. I've been meaning to ask you about that.
3:00.
You are, and I don't know too many of them, but you're one of the most consistent drinkers I know.
What do you...
Like, and I mean that in the most heartfelt way, like positive, complimentary way. Like, you're just a great drinker. Like, that's what I meant. Not like you're alcoholic. Consistent sounds bad.
Yeah, consistent sounds like alcoholic. No, it's fine. I mean, I joke around that I'm alcoholic, but
you're
what?
Sorry, what I meant to say was you're one of the most highly functioning. No, because I'm not trying. You're not alcoholic.
No. But I joke around and say I'm alcoholic.
Okay, fine. But whenever you drink, whenever I've seen you drink or been around you and you're drinking, you are able to drink more than regular and still keep your cool about it. And you're never an issue. You're never like,
like that sloppy. I don't. So opposite of sloppy.
You're never
I'll
sloppy.
Take it.
Like, you're a highly functioning. Like,
I'll take highly functional for 100.
Highly functional. Yeah,
definitely.
I like that because I like to consider myself a highly functional whenever I'm high. Okay, I figured you were gonna say that. I didn't want to hear that, but okay, that's fine.
No, you have your moments. But you're pretty good. No, I've had my moments too when I'm drunk.
Because if I'm smacked. Like, homegirl with the cookies.
Oh yeah, no,
that was some other shit.
You were fucking gone. No, today, no, because so listeners, like, I get home and he had when he texted me, Pro texted me, he was heading to over. I'm like, all right, fuck. Like, I'm not even home yet, but I'm like, all right, fuck, all right. So I was heading home, and then I figured, I'm like, I probably got like another 45 minutes by the time you had texted me, and like by the time like I got home and everything, I'm like, I probably got another 45 minutes. I took, I guess, a little over an hour nap because you were waiting, and I felt bad. But then Juan let you into the house. I was like, oh, shit. I was fucking out.
I figured you were out, so I was sitting outside for a good 15 minutes, just kind of scrolling, getting some last-minute topics together. And then I'm like, let me knock. Wait another 5 minutes. I'm like, all right, let me hit the doorbell. She's probably asleep.
Yeah, I was passed out.
So it's cool.
Yeah.
Nah, it's all good, though.
If anything, always hit up Juan's.
Yeah.
IG or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm usually not like that, but I was just so, because we ate, I think that was like the worst part of it, because we ate so much at one point. I mean, we didn't have a lot of food, but we're also drinking, and I'm not like one of those, like, I'll eat a little, if I'm drinking, I'll only eat a little bit, just to like cover the alcohol, I guess. But we only had, I already told you, we had mules.
You said you had a lot.
Tennessee mules, we had a pitcher of sangria.
Green tea shots.
Yeah, fucking Joy was like, surprise. Like, she was like,
surprise.
She went to the bathroom and then comes back, waits a little bit, and then we see the bartender coming over with shots. And I see in her hand she has 4 shots. So I'm like, oh, that can't be for us, because there's like 2-3 other tables behind us. I'm like, no, that can't be for us. And then she like she stops and turns at our table, and I'm like, I look at Joy like, bitch. She's like, surprise.
And at that point, you can't say no.
No, but I should have said no at the second shot, because the second shot came out of nowhere.
Okay.
And no, it didn't come out of nowhere. I'm sorry. The first one came out of nowhere. The second one, I was there. She looked and she's like, green tea. But mind you, the first batch were like, they were perfect green teas. They weren't like too strong. They were good.
What's in these green tea shots?
Green tea is peach schnapps, Jameson, and sour mix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Wouldn't expect that. Right.
No, it's really good too. And then to me, it's like, they're super light. Like I'll take, like, if somebody's gonna buy me a shot, I'll, like, at work, I'll do a green tea just because it's
like a starter.
Yeah, it's super light. I'm working. I can take one down. I'm cool with it. The second one, however,
snuck up on you.
No. The second one was mostly Jameson. I shot it down and I looked at her. I'm like, bitch. First off, that was pretty much Jameson, and second, I still have to work tonight. Like, I still have the podcast tonight. Like, I consider it work. So I'm like, fuck.
Look at y'all, man. Look what she's doing. So inspirational, Sade. So inspirational the way she just comes in after day drinking, being forced to just guzzle down green tea shots.
Mind you, last week I was day drinking, and yes, you smelled the wine off my breath and my
I did smell the
pores.
wine off your breath.
But
yeah.
I only had 2 glasses of wine and 2 Magners.
Because she was like, "Hey, pro, how's it going?"
Fuck you. I don't think I was that bad. Dude.
What's on the docket today?
Mind you, I wasn't even that close. Was I that close to you?
You were close enough when you passed me a cigarette. That's how close you had to be, and then
yeah.
like we weren't face to face, but it was close enough that I could smell it.
You are correct, my friend. Yep. Okay, I can see it. I can see that. But yeah, no, I was in no mood today to do video. Like because I kind of have everything set up already before you got here.
Yeah.
And then when you got here, I'm here like putting the mics. We watched the Jada shit. And I look at you like at the end, I was like, yeah, we're not going to do the video. I'm not in the mood.
And right away I was like, fine, no problem.
I'm not in the mood for that.
Because I would understand if you felt like you didn't, look camera ready. I get it.
That and also having to go back to work tomorrow. So I'm like,
yeah, no, hey, I completely understand.
We'll talk about the video thing.
I was gonna say we started off as audio, but we didn't actually. I was gonna say we started off as an audio podcast, but we really didn't. We actually filmed that first one. We tried.
Technically, we filmed everyone, so we are episode 47, and that is 46. Sorry, 48 if you include the 0.5s.
0.5s, right?
We had 2 0.5s, right?
Yeah.
If you include the 0.5s, we're at 48. For 48 episodes, we only did straight audio. I feel myself sobering up. Sorry. My eyes just got so clear. We've only done straight audio for 2 of them. But we've had so many video issues.
Gotcha.
Whether it was like, okay, this is way too much editing and not enough time for it. Like last week, this just wasn't because I had deadlines with We Are Jersey and shit.
So
and deadlines with other stuff too.
Technically, we're about a month away from completing 52 episodes, equaling a year.
No. Yes, but technically, so August 19th is our anniversary. I don't know where that falls this year. I'm going to see. Keep talking. I'm going to see real quick where it falls.
Yeah, I also, speaking of year anniversaries, Guess said to me the other day that he's got a memory in one of his social medias that the Check It from like a year ago was when I headlined. I thought that was interesting. Thought that was fun.
Oh,
fun little tidbit.
Shit, that's right,
It was about a year ago that I headlined over at Check It.
Yeah, because June I was off. July, yeah July was yours.
And that was I believe the first night that I met Saint and S Double. Mm-hmm. So that was really cool too. So that was, new beginnings that day. It's been a year now.
Happy birthday, LB.
Yeah, and happy birthday to LB, the queen. Valkyrie.
My fellow Valkyrie. Wait, hold on, I gotta find it.
Hoping to see her soon so we can all celebrate. Hey.
I mean,
birthday girl.
We're gonna see it. And I see her we were like 2 weeks ago. Yo, I can't wait. So we are 5 weeks away from our anniversary show. We can't really do anything. So we can't do anything for our year anniversary. But you know how like shows will be like, oh, it's been 100 episodes. Should we do something for 100?
I don't see why not for the 100. We definitely should. For the year, I think it's just for us.
Yeah. For us, it's like,
I want to be drunk on the year episode. Like,
oh, wait, we can. Oh, what if we did something at my job?
What do you mean?
Sorry. What if we?
You didn't even turn your head. You just went. You lifted the mic up and.
I didn't mean to burp. I thought it was gonna go away. I can edit that out.
We didn't even play the opening audio.
What do you mean?
The one I sent you.
Oh, fuck, we didn't once.
We can play it in a little bit, but I just thought that was a good way to start.
No, before we get into topics, we won't.
You're right, yeah.
No, but what if we did our year anniversary? What is it called? No, not year. Whatever anniversary. What if we did it at my job?
Oh, is that what you were saying? Okay, at your job. Yeah, trashed. I'm down for that.
There's outlets.
What time would you need me to show up?
I don't know.
I gotta figure that out. Well, hopefully I should be free that day. We'll see.
The only thing is, I feel like it's gonna be fucking busy. It's gonna be people around.
I would assume it would be busy. I mean, in a month from now, you never know. The way shit's going,
I just don't know if we'll be
could
able
go back to phase 1 for all we know by next month.
True. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But do you want to save that video for when we go into topics? You want to talk about our week?
We talk about a week. I mean, my week. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can talk about the week and then get into that because it should be at least a small topic. You know.
Yeah.
We can run through it, but just the audio clip is like bigger to me than the actual topic.
Yeah, it is. I wasn't really interested in getting into that topic.
It kind of goes back into what an original talking point of you and me was like about a month ago about like boycotting and the damage that it does.
Yep.
You know?
All right, go ahead.
All right, so no, my week pretty straightforward. I mean, I was just kind of getting in tune with everything that was going on this week in the news because I felt like last week we really only had like 2 or 3 topics to go off of. So I'm like, all right, let me just pay more attention to what's going on. Every little thing could be considered something. And let me tell you right off the bat, I was so fucking annoyed. And not at you, I was annoyed at the fact that the Red Table Talk premiered the day after we came in here. That was complete
bullshit.
Because we were waiting for a whole fucking week. We skipped it 2 weeks ago.
I had seen it. My cousin Moose, he had put it in his story, and I'm like, are you fucking serious? I'm like,
what, you found out Friday, right? This one talking about Friday.
I think
the day after we recorded.
What? Wait,
that's when they dropped it.
They dropped it Friday, right?
The day after we recorded.
Yeah, I had seen it, and that was the first time I had seen it. And I replied back to my cousin's story, and I was like, I just did a fucking episode last night. I just dropped it today.
Yep.
And we've been waiting for the fucking Jada shit.
Waiting for it. So we dropped some shit called Joint Custody. The cover art's got fucking Jada and August hugged up together. We're talking about, and then if you hear the episode, we're talking about everything and not knowing that the fucking shit was going to drop the next day. So I feel like a fucking idiot. I feel like, not that we wasted time, but I just felt like we could have had such a better episode, at least talking points, even though we did turn it into a whole open relationship talk. Which is cool in itself.
Which today we're probably going to do the same thing anyway. So.
In a way, we can unravel what we actually saw because we made sure to watch the 13-minute table talk before we started the episode.
Yeah.
The Red Table shit, whatever. And I don't know,
we'll get into that later, yeah.
But other than that, like I said, I was paying more attention to what's going on. And when you do that, you notice there's a lot of fucking stories that popped up. Or maybe just because this week just seemed to be a lot more busy than last week.
Yeah, I didn't even... Well, today, that's what I was supposed to do. I brought my headphones and everything with Lunch with Joy, and I was going to unpack the Jada, the 13 minutes, whatever, and then get into some new music. I didn't even get to new music, but we have so much shit that I might just save all the new music talk for next week.
Yeah, it's gotten to the point this week where now it's like, all right, we do still understand that there's people that need to be arrested, people that need to be convicted.
Yeah.
We get all that, but it also looks as though like people are just outside going back to regular life more and more.
Yeah.
Like you're seeing little bullshit, like celebrities are getting caught doing dumb shit. Like it's almost like, all right, shit's back to normal. Like we're hearing about more conspiracy theories involving other shit.
Yeah.
Presidents doing more dumb shit that doesn't involve Black Lives Matter. Like shit's going back to normal.
It is.
And it's kind of disgusting in a way because it's like nothing's changed.
In a way, because Wait, are you done with your week?
Yeah, other than that,
yeah, go ahead.
I guess I do have a couple more things.
No, go ahead.
All right, well, yeah, but that was bothering me. As far as what I did, this past Sunday, I talked about last week's epised. I met up with the Horsemen. We had our first official meeting.
Shit, I forgot. I was supposed to be there, too.
Yeah, we went to, we all congregated at Guess's house, did a little photo shoot with Yosinova's girl, Nina. Shout out to Nina. She took the photos for us.
Yeah, she took some dope shots, too.
Guess had a spot at his complex, like a little narrow hallway with some lighting, at the right angle. Shit looks dope.
Never mind. Go ahead.
At the right angle, shit looks dope. And took some good photos and went outside, took some photos by a bench. Prior to that, we went through beats. Ace, Felly, Yosinova are fucking amazing. And we have a plethora of beats to go through. And it's going to be hard to just pick 5, 6, 7 tracks, however many we decide to do.
Yeah.
And then also, it's just a matter of, like, when you're a group, like, we got to figure out who the fuck we are. Like, we're not so much I'm trying to think of all these 4-man groups. We're not so much a Slaughterhouse, but we're also not so much of Them Boys, any other fucking 4-man group.
You have 4 talented, 5, because Yost, but you have 5 talented artists who are all different in their own ways.
Right.
I've yet to hear Yost rap yet, So
I'm not sure if he is going to, but I know he's got some raps. So
yeah,
if he
because
does,
I
that's
heard
what's up.
something about him, like maybe doing something.
Yeah.
And he did talk about it on his thing, like on art, the episode with us that he's dabbled.
So we'll see.
But you have, besides like Yost, who's doing all the production, you have 4 talented artists who are all like, at least like there's major differences between you guys.
Yeah.
So it's hard to really compare you guys to anybody else.
And it's still we're still in the process of like quote unquote feeling each other out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we still got to see like who sounds good together on what tracks, on what type of beats. Like I could sound great with Ron on a trap beat. I may not sound so good with Ace on the trap beat, or I may not sound so good with Guess on the trap beat, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Like it's just gonna depend. We got to see. At this point, where it's just like, all right, we pick like maybe 5, 6, 7 beats.
Yeah.
We put names to them. There's one song that I'll give the name out now, but because everybody's gonna be doing it. But we actually have a song called Entangled. We fucking thought of a fucking hook.
Which you guys, I've already told you, if you're gonna do the Entangled or Entanglement, then it has to drop soon.
And that's what I was saying. I'm like, it's got to drop soon.
Played out.
So exactly, it's gonna get so played out. Like it's gonna be the word of the year already. Like,
no, because I'm assuming, because Ross put out that video like, August is talented, blah blah blah, and I saved it, but I'm not gonna play it. August is talented, blah blah blah, and Entanglement, the album coming out soon, and you hear somebody laughing in the background. But it's one of those things that it could get overplayed.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we gotta.
I'm
bring
sure
it up.
in the next week we'll get a shit ton of like.
That's what I was telling
songs.
them.
Yeah.
R&B songs, rap songs. I mean, the memes already. The word is just in everybody's lexicon.
Yeah, it
now.
just takes like singles a little bit longer, but yeah.
I saw a meme today. This is like in old school, not old school, in Hick Spanish. Entangled is involucrado. I thought that shit was funny as fuck on my word. That is what you say. Estás involucrado con ella. Straight
That's
Spanish
funny.
for everybody that doesn't know.
Cass is so cute. Oh,
Got you, nigga. I got you. I got you.
sorry.
I've been waiting to touch that cat.
Yeah, no, the new kitten in the house is fucking afraid of humans. So
It's all right.
He's afraid of you.
But now that starts the process.
Oh no, yeah. My brother, who's been staying with us for the week, he is like trying. He's like, Cass, I'm gonna fucking get you. He's all like on your shit.
It's a chase.
No, it really is.
But yeah, with the horseman stuff, like I was saying, that's really the only issue that we got to get through right now is just the feeling out process, coming together on how much to make, who's gonna sound good on what. So it's just going through that process. We've only really met to do music stuff just once. It was this past weekend, and of course, it turns into a hangout session. Like we get food, we burn a little bit, a couple vices in the air, whatnot, and then we get to business.
Yeah.
So it's going good. It went really good. A successful first meeting, and the drive wasn't that bad going down to South Jersey. So
yeah, no, it's not that bad.
There's gonna be a lot more to come. I'm happy with everything the way it's sounding now.
Yeah, I gotta make it to the next one. This past weekend, like I was talking to Gus, I'm like, this past weekend just kicked my ass, but I have to make it to the next one for sure.
Same here. So that was pretty much it. That was the bulk. That I was waiting for that to do that shit, and didn't go out anywhere else. Kind of just wanted to keep it at home and fucking relax, and took notes. Did a little more writing. Going back into the studio this weekend and just getting more shit done.
Oh, okay.
That's my week. How about yourself?
So besides the day drinking today,
Oh shit! Here we go.
last week I didn't really get into it, and I've been kind of debating if I should save this, but I didn't know where it would fit. So last week, actually Wednesday, the day before the podcast, this drunk bitch, and I come into my shift, and I had that last week, yesterday I had worked lunch and dinner. The week before was only dinner, so by the time I came in, a bunch of people are already there, and it seemed like one of the regulars was on a date with this girl, and I'd never seen her before, and she was kind of sloshed, and she was talking about I love Trump, I have Trump socks, and I have a Trump shirt, and blah blah blah, and I'm just there, I work with a lot of most of the regulars are white, so I just tend to tune shit out, especially just in my line of work. There's just certain topics that you can't get into.
How much of an asshole are you if you got Trump socks? You got to be a fucking dastardly motherfucker.
I think she was just trying to just
troll.
Yeah, I think she was just trying to suck
Trump
some dick.
socks.
Yeah, I think she was just trying to kiss some ass.
Have a Trump coffee
That's about
cake.
it.
coffee table full of Trump stuff.
And at the time, I judged her just like that. But then, as the night progressed, I realized, okay, no, maybe she's just saying those things just because
she wants to look good.
Yeah. So, I'm thinking they're on a date. Whatever. Then, all of a sudden, I see her talking to some of the other men. She somehow becomes alienated because she has either groped, touched, kissed the neck of every fucking man in that deck.
Yo,
I'm talking about.
Okay, we're gonna put a mark on this. Where are we at here? Because I want to mark this down.
26.
26. Okay.
So, sorry. At one point, I wish there was video. At one point, I'm gonna take this pillow. No, I'll take the notebook right here. So say this is a man, right? I'm sorry, I don't have video for this.
She's holding something that is supposed to be a metaphor for a man.
All right. So she's holding. So this is a guy that's right here, right? She literally is like, yeah.
Okay, so is that
tell me more.
Is she groping his chest?
She's rubbing their chest, right? And then mind you, I'm behind the bar, and I just see her hand sliding down. So she has like these bee stings up against him, and then she's like rubbing his back. I see like her hand keep moving, and then like she's rubbing his chest at the same time, and then slowly goes to grab his dick, and he just like jumps up. He's like, whoa. He's like, all right. And in the middle, that process, he was like, I'm sorry, but like, he puts his mask on. He's like, social, like, do you understand what's going on right now? Like, you don't need to be this close.
Hit her with the COVID.
Yeah. Every other guy was hitting her with that COVID. Mind you, I've seen some of these guys ring some women and they don't care. But this bitch, she was cracked out. She kissed on somebody's neck, and he's like, listen, I'm not like that. Can you just leave me alone? He wasn't gay or anything. He was just like, I'm not, you're not going to get anything from me. Just please leave me alone. She cornered one of our bartenders, the only guy bartender that works there. She's like, oh, I'm just looking for a relationship, blah, blah, blah. And then when it was before she cornered him, it wasn't really cornered. Like, he went to go smoke a cigarette, like, downstairs. She followed him and, like, pretty much, and mind you, like, you haven't met him yet. She goes to him, and I guess, I don't know what happened, but he comes back afterward. He was like, never in my life have I been propositioned for sex before. Is this how you females feel? Is this, like, I feel like a piece of meat. So apparently she just kept like, oh, like, what will it take?
Oh, okay.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, just trying to spit game.
So pretty much she was spitting game, but it was like very like, oh, I
direct.
Want dick kind of thing. Yeah. He was like, is this how you guys feel? I'm like, oh, no, just every day. Just about every day. It's cool. Yeah.
Hey, yeah, shit.
No, one guy literally like went like shoot with the chair. He pushed against something and his chair flew back, like, and he was solid. He was in his chair with his Heineken. He's like, I'm good. She got so insane, she tried to sit in his lap. He jumped up, he looks, and he's like, can I get my bill? Every time like she's on some guy, Joy's like, social distancing, baby, you gotta back up, sweetie, you have to back up. And mind you, we also have the plexiglass? Yeah, plexiglass shit. So here I am. Baby, you gotta move. Mind you, there's a space underneath where we like what we do our drinks. Shit, yeah, we have like, it's like more like the sneeze guard thing that we have. But like there's the underneath. So I'm here like, cause usually that's where we put our drinks. Like, okay, here you go. And I'm just here knocking on it. And then she tries to like go underneath. I was like, no, that is only for drinks. You talk to me up here, okay? You need to stop. One guy did this like shimmy shake away from her. He had just walked up and seen the guys. She was pretty much the only female, so I'm sure she was in heaven that night. She was the only female besides me and Joy. And he did like this shimmy shake away from her, and he literally was like, I'm sorry, but why? And he just walked into the bar. He's like, why are you on me right now? Can you back the fuck up? Yeah.
It's so crazy how much of a double standard this is, because if that was a guy and it was all women they would come up to, he would have gotten his ass whooped. Security would have tossed him the fuck out. It would have been an issue.
Yeah.
Yo, that's
and we
funny.
ended up, mind you, that same night we had to kick her out because I went to go smoke and I'm by my car across, like I can still see the bar, and I see that Joy just walked inside probably to like go to the kitchen, and I see one of the regulars waving at me, and like he just looks afraid. So I'm just thinking, I mean, if you want a beer, like just wait for Joy to come out. And he just keeps waving and he's screaming my name. So I go up. He was like, listen, I'm getting super uncomfortable. Can you just get rid of her? And then that's when we kicked her out. That was Wednesday. Then we did the podcast that Thursday. And then Friday, she's there. No, it was actually Saturday. And she goes to Joy. She's like, oh, I don't know if you remember me. She's like, no, I remember you. I think what it is you don't remember me. She's like, no, I remember you. She's like, do you though?
Do you though?
And then Joy was like, Joy was pretty much like, oh, like I had to, walk you out. She said that she's there on a blind date, but this was an actual date though. Fast forward, she's about 2 wines in. I slowly see that woman that I saw on Wednesday come out. And then she asked me for a 3rd one. I'm like, hey, since your date is on the way, do you want some water? Do you want a Diet Coke? Do you want something? Because also, I had to cut her off on Wednesday. She got mad at me. What the fuck do you mean I can't have another wine? I'm like, babe. And then, like, shortly after that, we had to kick her out. Because I had cut her off before we kicked her out. And then Wednesday, I ended up having, I was trying to cut her off. I'm like, she wasn't, like, drunk, but for a blind date, she was drunk.
Yeah, absolutely.
The date went so well. And I was kind of happy for her, too.
That's funny as fuck.
I was kind of happy for her. Me seeing all that.
But the date went really well.
Because the date, like, she didn't leave. Like, my thing's for a blind date, why wouldn't you leave the group of people that you're with?
Yeah.
So they pretty much just sat at the bar with me. And the guy was super cool. He had driven, he was from I forgot what the fuck he was from, but he had to drive like an hour out. I overheard the conversation and everything. And they were talking for months. She was super nervous, but it went from going really well to just really fucking bad. She said something about how she loves him. Oh my God, I love you. I'm just so happy right now. She's all over him within a fucking hour, maybe 2 hours. So pretty much she's kissing up on this guy's the guy's bald. So kissing up on his bald head, saying I love you, all this and that. And at one point I could tell he's getting annoyed. He's giving me this like, can I get another Corona? Like, can I get another one? And I'm like, okay. I bought him a couple Coronas because I kind of really felt bad. I was like, and I gave him the bell. I was like, babe, I was like, you don't have to tell me anything. I've seen what you've been through tonight. There's like 2-3 beers on me. And he was like, oh my God, thank you. It was bad. It was really bad.
Look at you looking out for the community.
Oh my God. I just felt, and he just seemed like such a nice guy that she just fucked it up so bad. She ended up leaving with somebody else that night. She was damn near passed out at the table. Mind you, the last 2 fucking wines that she asked me for, one was 3/4 of wine, 1/4 of cranberry juice. The second one was complete opposite. It was 3/4 cranberry juice with a splash of wine. I'm like, bitch, no, because she was getting mad at me because I would space them apart. Yeah. Oh, you want another one? All right, no problem. And I wait like a half hour to kind of like space them out. And she got really mad. Bitch, she doesn't tip well, so I don't give a fuck. Well, you're $5. Oh, okay. Like, I wasn't, like, worried about it. So I'm like, nah, like, I'm not, you liability, bitch. Like, I'm not giving you no fucking extra wine and shit. But oh my God, it was bad.
Yo, it's really bad. But it's crazy how much, like I said, again, going back to that double standard.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have lasted that long if it was a dude.
No.
That would not have happened.
No.
And he would not be allowed to come in multiple times and do that shit to all the patrons.
No.
In the bar. So it just goes to show you.
Well, there is, okay, so saying that, there is this guy, because I've told you, like, my last job, well, I mean, now, we'll go to the bar afterwards, right? Well, any bar that's open. And we always come across, and we call him Wick. we always come across this weird Indian kid. So we call him Wick. This is all Maria.
What the fuck?
I'm just Maria, because she was like, Wick. I was like, what's that? She was like, I was like, wait, what is that? She's like, weird Indian kid. I'm like, you're a fucking asshole.
But
it fits because I mean, it fits. No, he's super fucking weird. So he comes, and he's not like, he's Indian. I feel like he looks like more like Trinidadian, but he comes in and he does this thing where he has these buggy fucking eyes, but like. After a while, he doesn't come in by himself.
What do you mean he does this thing? That's just his eyes. That's just how he looks.
No. He does this thing. So he walks in, he stares, and this is, I can't wait to fucking tell Joy this. This is literally the equivalent of fucking drunk crackhead ass Dana that comes by our bar. She does this thing where, well, no, I mean, I've never seen her with a mirror, but he does this thing. He walks in, and like, it's like he makes his eyes like bigger somehow. Like, I guess that intense, like
smoldering intensity.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's trying something, but it's just like I can't. My eyes hurt now.
He's trying to raise his eyebrows.
Maybe, but no, I'm just saying, like, makes his eyes bigger. I've seen it happen. I was at the bar sitting there. I'm like, wait, what is he doing? And the manager was there, and he was like, no, he does this every fucking time. And this is the same night that he got kicked out and banned from that one spot, but. He does this every time.
He just goes in and puts on a mean face?
He walks in and goes to the mirror to, like kind of...
Check himself out?
Yeah, and also, I'm trying to think of the word.
Psych himself up?
Yeah, psych himself up.
Jesus. What, for a night of drinking at the bar? Or look cool?
He barely drinks. So say, like, it's me and Maria. He's done this actually plenty of times with us, but he does this to everybody. It's me and her sitting here. He will come up from the behind and get into our conversation. Say we're talking about, whatever bullshit. He's like, oh, yeah, really? So what are you guys doing tonight?
Oh, that is weird.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's very freaky.
Yeah, and then it was funny because, like, Maria or I would be like, no, thank you. Like, I just ignore him. Maria will talk to him. She's like, no, thank you. We're good.
Oh,
we're good.
That's a weird Indian kid.
No. So he'll like do another lap around the bar and then go to the next. So he literally will go to the next one, but he'll save some time. Either he'll do another lap or like he'll just kind of do the Homer Simpson like the backup, and then he'll kind of just go to the next one. So there was these two girls next to us that night, and me and her were having dinner and just drinks and shit. And we see, I'm like this. I'm like, yo, he went to the girls next door. Like they're just sitting right next to us. I was like, yo, he's right there. He's right there behind you. Don't look, but he's behind you. So I guess the girls felt bad.
Right.
They're actually having a conversation with him. But it was just like the dumbest shit. And he's over talking them. He's cutting them off. He was just being like a complete jerk off.
What if What if this weirdness of his is just like he's just super antisocial, and this is his way of psyching himself up, looking in the mirror, be like, okay, I gotta be social. Maybe he's just like so afraid of people and just of talking.
It could be that, but he doesn't always come by himself. Most of the time, he'll be with, I guess, these friends of his. And
they probably need that for comfort. Fine.
Yeah, but no, they're not. Like, these are friends that are pretty much like his wingman. And his wingman would be cute. They'd be like these cute little black boys. And
okay.
I'm like, and I look at Maria. I'm like, well, if I wasn't married, then maybe. And Maria's like, oh, well, he's cute, but the wick gotta go. Because you'll see him. And it was that same night. He was talking to the girls. The girls like, what was it? I think eventually he had walked away, and then we saw his friend come in. They had sat down. They were eating, and then I just saw like he was telling them like about the two girls. Mm-hmm. So we see his friend come up to the girls, they're talking, and then you see him just in the background, just like with this creepy smile and his eyes all big. I guess fake smoldering. I don't know. And eventually he walked up like I guess he was using his friend to like, all right, you take that one, I take this one. But at one point, the friend was like, there's really nothing here. Walks away, left him with the two girls. And right after that, the girl's like, I'm sorry, but like, no, we're okay. Like, just please leave us alone. Please leave us alone. Then their friend comes in, who's a guy, and he was like, "Are you, like, what is wrong with you?" And then the wick says something about the devil, says something about like, "Yo, you're evil, you're fucked up." Like, just starts talking shit because they just kept trying to be like, "No, like, can you please leave us alone at this point? We've been trying to tell you to leave us alone," like, being nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, oh my God, and it's been multiple times. One time he didn't take his dick out, but he slid his pants. He always has like his boxers out. He slid his pants like down, and this was right behind either Joy or a friend of ours. He slid his pants down where you see the imprint of his shit.
Jesus.
And I look at this. I was like, George. I seen the security guard. I was like, George, and I like waved him down. And mind you, we weren't far away from the security. We were right there, and he's banned from that spot too.
Yeah. This all right.
Oh,
I
he's
have
insane.
to grab a clip from this too, and this is good 20 minutes. I don't even know where to grab from.
Oh no, yeah, we got to get off this. That was literally like my week with Dana the crackhead.
Yeah.
But then Double Standard, that was like her equivalent. So
Wick and the crackhead. It's a good title right there. Wick and the crackhead.
Dana and Wick. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Wick and Dana.
Mm-hmm. Oh man. Yeah.
Red Dana and the Wick.
That's what happens when you're a bartender. And then Wick, I found out like during quarantine. I guess he popped up, or no, right before quarantine, he popped up at my old job.
Oh, this guy's around.
I wasn't there, but I guess he wasn't too much.
So that was the majority of the week. That's a hell of a week. That's a hell of a fucking week.
Well, no, like I had other shit going on. You already know that. I already spoke to you about that.
But that in itself
that was the
just
most
crazy.
like eventful. Like, all right, let me talk about it on the pod.
Oof. Okay.
It was
Oh,
so funny.
you know what? Perfect time. We can just get right into this. So,
What's up?
now that we've concluded our weekly talk, our therapy session.
Yeah.
Brought to us by nothing because we're not sponsors yet.
Yeah.
So before this started, I was hanging out with Sade, smoking a cigarette, doing our pre-pro, as we always do. I get a screenshot or snap. What do you call it? Snapshot. Yeah, let's get right into it.
Screenshot.
I get a screenshot from a homie of mine. I'm not going to say any names. Shout out to him. Puts in a chat. A certain Petty Paddy, we'll call him,
Petty Paddy.
is complaining
Petty OG Paddy.
about our good friends over at We Are Jersey magazine, who have just released another incredible issue. It's going to be available soon. For the physical. All right, doesn't matter.
Yeah,
all right, it's gonna be available soon and also available online. A lot of great writers on there for the articles, including our co-host Sade.
Yeah.
As well. This particular Petty Paddy had the nerve, the unmitigated gall, to jump on the post that was celebrating the new issue on We Are Jersey magazine's IG page and say something to the effect of, "You can't be serious with these artists. You know, I've had my team." He said, "I had my team check their streams, their fans, whatever, just basically their stats as artists, and it does not amount up to the people, the real artists in Jersey." You want to read it?
He goes, "I respect what y'all doing, but who and how are y'all picking these artists for We Are Jersey magazine? 2 question marks. It's clearly not off streams or records sold. ... And it's like, it looks, I'm still a little drunk. It looks like maybe 4 dots. I just want to know, question mark. So then somebody off We Are Jersey responds to him, that actually is of consideration. I know how they pick who goes on the cover, who gets chosen, shit like that. I know the process. They don't just take anybody.
No, they don't.
Sometimes it's like, okay, if you want to, like, we have packages, we have things in place where if you want an interview, you can pay for it, things like that, and it's super cheap. Come over to We Are Jersey magazine, thank you. But it's very convenient for underground artists. But who gets featured is something separate. So you can pay for an interview, you can pay for all of that. But who gets featured is based off merit, which after he sends a paragraph, whoever's from We Are Jersey responds to whoever controls the page, responds like, no, it's based off merit, like it's based off talent, pretty much like it's not why. So if you actually read, so what they said, like, let me see, if you read each cover story inside each issue, that would help you see why their story was chosen. Again, this is more than based off of streams, as we feature more than just indie artists inside the magazine.
Word.
Yeah.
Perfect answer. And ladies and gentlemen, here's the kicker. I was so interested in what this guy had to say. I was like, you know what? Let me check. Let me do some additional research.
Also, before you do that, he goes after, like, they're like, this is, consideration. What, there's actually a lot of consideration, whatever. He goes, well, based on the artist in this and the last magazine, I should be overqualified, ? And then talks about his team. Go ahead.
Okay, so here's the kicker, people. I figure, all right, let's see what this man's got. So, me being an interested person that I am, I checked dude's page. Mm-hmm. I noticed he got a couple thousand followers. I'm checking some posts.
Let me get an exact number.
You want to get an exact number?
20.8 thousand.
20.8 thousand followers.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I go check. Now, one of the first things that I noticed on checking a couple of posts were the comments are disabled.
Yep.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Usually when you're an emerging artist, you want to connect with your fans on social media. You want to hear from them. You want to comment back, and you want to help build and network and grow.
For most of the posts, comments are disabled. Every one of them, he has them like available. Every other post kind of
for
thing.
Videos, I don't know if you people are aware of social with IG. I'm sure you are, but on the videos on your timeline posts, they don't show the number of likes. They show the number of views.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm seeing a little bit of a disconnect with the amount of followers to your view ratio. Looks kind of suspect, but whatever. Let me give you the benefit of the doubt. I click on that little number that shows the number of views, and I'm seeing the number of likes, and I'm seeing the people who are liking this. So I just scroll. I pick about 5, 6, 7 random people. What do I see? You got motherfuckers from Sweden with 0 fucking followers. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, 0 posts, but they're following a couple other people. Then you got someone else, 2 posts, which of nothing. Don't even look like they listen to hip hop. Don't even look like they've ever been to the USA. Don't even look like they know anything about an artist from Jersey. No. Again, that's not to say that people from international spots don't listen to Jersey artists. Of course,
you can have an overseas
audience. But these people, they don't look like they've ever commented on your page. Matter of fact, they don't even look like they're fucking real. These are bots. These are paid for. So whatever it is your team is doing research, you should also get onto them and find out who's been paying for your fake followers, your fake likes, and your fake views. Because something is fishy. If you're going to be an independent artist and you're going to have your comments disabled, there's got to be a reason for it.
Oh, no. And then,
it's all too fishy. And for you to just come out and complain about not being on this magazine or not having a position, not having an article or something, it just sounds like your butt hurt right now.
I know, 1,000%.
I don't know this man. I've never listened to his music. I probably won't ever based off that. So I can't tell if you're good or not. At this point, I don't care. I just feel like you went the wrong way about it if you wanted to get considered for this magazine.
Oh, yeah. No, it just... like we were talking to somebody from there, and it's just ridiculous. No, absolutely.
I don't want to go on a tirade. I don't want to yell. You got people in the room chilling out.
He's probably passed up.
I just think that's pure bullshit. I think it's pure bullshit. How dare you come at these people? We are Jersey Magazine. For as long as I've known the people there, which is about at this point up to 6 years, they have been nothing but about.
Watch out, because you're messing with your mic.
They have been nothing but about the artist, and not only do they pick the more notable artists, but they also show love to the artists that are just coming up, that have great stories behind them, that make them interesting and make them worthwhile reading. Not everybody wants to hear the same fucking origin story. Yeah. Some of these guys have actual issues. They have lives outside of this, and it all coincides into the music and makes them who they are and makes them a great read. And when you have great writers that bring out the best in those artists, you get a great fucking story. Why are you complaining? Work harder.
Yeah.
Like, go get the real organic numbers. Do your fucking work. Stop complaining about not getting these fucking opportunities. You'll get them. And guess what? That's not the only fucking magazine out here in Jersey.
No, but to also point them out, it's like you and
to call them out in the like that's bullshit what you're saying right now.
Even like Karev of Heritage Hip Hop said like, oh, they're a staple, like for Jersey hip hop.
Absolutely.
And then like me being there, I've also kind of been like, can we talk about some New York artists? Like I'm like, because I got people out there too. I'm let's kind of show them some love a little bit here and there. And then now like I'll be like soon enough I'll be out in Philly. so I want to like get them into it too. Like I get it's We Are Jersey, but you know, like we have like the playlist where we can kind of like go outside of Jersey and shit, and then here on the podcast we do that. But that alone, like I'm not to knock anybody. To me, it's like you kind of fell for a scam if you are gonna buy followers, buy likes, buy views. But for you to go the extra mile and be like, oh, and then buy streams, that's a fourth one. But if you're gonna do all that extra shit and then complain that you're not featured, do something that's worth featuring. Nobody's gonna look to you. And this is also something that I've been fighting with, not specifically fighting with We Are Jersey people, but just fighting with where now like I have a stance in them, where it's kind of like, all right, let's do more like not just do more indie, but let's look at the people who don't have as many followers, who don't have that, because guess what? The reason why they don't have that is they're not buying anything. They're not buying the streams, the likes, the fucking follows. They're not buying any of that. They just need the exposure, and that's what we're here for. So there's that thing.
And it makes you guys bigger.
Yeah, and I think that's probably why he disabled the comments, because that's where you can really see, like, we've had, you know, people who say that I'm competing with them. You're buying likes and views, but your comments don't match them at all.
Have you seen what the bot comments look like?
Oh yeah, I've seen them on like the Shade Room and shit.
Well, no, I mean, yeah.
Oh, you posted one
on regular,
too.
Yeah, but also on regular artists. I did post that. That shit was funny. I had to go off on that.
Because the bots, I didn't realize like I know bots will go after like just random pages because you don't buy any of them.
No, I don't. But I've seen artists. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I've seen an artist who would post his shit, get 1,000 views instantly. Yeah. Doesn't have the same amount of followers, but then like he on top of it he gets bot comments. So it's a bunch of like European models, all saying like, "Oh, you look so cute. Oh, I can't wait to hear this. Oh, fire, fire, fire." Like these bitches don't know you. They don't think you're fucking cute. Who the fuck are you? Who are you? How dare you? My voice gets high when I get mad. Who are you? No, you're bullshitting. So this guy's got to be doing the same shit. Got to have the same shit. It's just so convenient that you're blocking your comments. You're disabling them. But this just like, you can't tell me you're not doing some fake shit. Yeah. You can't tell me you're not.
Yeah. Because I know people who will buy the views and they'll just be like, that didn't, like, I figured let me try it out, but that didn't get me shit. And I'm like, it doesn't. If anything, it makes it to me, it makes you look bad.
It does make you look bad. And let me tell you right now,
because there's audit systems. I didn't know that until We Are Jersey, until they like when I had to like reach out to artists, and I'm like, well, I was like, what's the point of me reaching out to somebody who has all these followers? Like, I would do my own audit just because would check it. I'm like, I learned how to like, okay, wait, they don't actually have all these followers, so I can actually get in contact with them. Because when you see like all the followers and all the shit, you're just like, oh, they're up there. Then you realize like, oh no, they just bought them all. Okay, whatever.
A lot of these are bought, man, and it's also now it's getting to the point with streams. Like, when I first put out my project, I was on the numbers game like heavy for like a good for the first 2-3 months. Then around March, like Obi told me the numbers, and they were like, I was pretty excited about it. And then I'm seeing other people and other artists post their numbers. Yeah. And it's like, hold up, this bullshit has 200,000 already, and it's been out what, a week? Yeah. No.
Makes no sense. Yeah.
Nah. So once I saw that, it's not even, I don't even care if they're fake followers or the real followers. It's whack fucking music. And when I started seeing whack niggas getting 70, 80, 150,000 more plays than most of my niggas that are making dope shit, and I'm not being favoritism or whatever or biased, but y'all suck. And my niggas are dope.
Our team is pretty
fire. So when I see that shit, nigga, I don't give a fuck about numbers no more. I could care less about streaming numbers. Don't tell me you got 60, 70,000, because I don't give a fuck. If your shit is whack, it's fucking whack, and I don't even know how you got the number to begin with. I don't want to know.
The person that I know that kind of fell for that scam, because and it's not even that it's a scam, because you are buying what you get, but it's the scam of it's not really, I don't know what to call it. It's not a scam, but to buy into that, I guess, facade of how like the certain type of rapper or the certain type of person that would buy all that shit, like, oh, look at me, I have all these followers, like I must be amazing. For somebody to look at that and be like, yo, I make better music than him, how the fuck? Figure it out and be like, okay, so if he's popping like this just because he bought all his people, then maybe that's what I have to do. I feel like with the person that I know, like I kind of half remember the conversation because I was also really drunk that day. So, and there was also Vices in the Air and I caught Contact High.
Of course.
But no, I just remember talking to him and my eyes were tearing. I'm like, holy shit, I just can't see anything. But because he was like, I kind of, and I'm like, no judgment, because sometimes we do certain things where it's like we're not really proud of. It was just kind of like we did it just to see how it is. Yeah. And it really didn't do shit, so it doesn't even matter. It's like, okay, that was a waste of time. It really was a waste of time.
Shit. I'll tell you, right here with me, my brother-in-law be like, yo, I just got Joe Budden's ex. She about to post your song in your stories. Only cost me $35. I'm like, all right,
first off,
that shit did nothing for me.
Kaylin don't even know how to crop.
Bitch,
learn how to crop.
Homegirl didn't know how to crop.
If you're an artist, I get it, you paint, but bitch, learn how to fucking crop, because you fucked up my cover art, 1, and 2, that didn't do shit.
Uglified it.
Yeah, it looks really bad.
Nice looking girl, but that's besides the point.
Oh, we're not like recording, so you could go in. I don't know, but. Okay, damn. This is actually the one point I was just thinking.
So I heard.
I don't have to edit shit. Oh, shut up. I don't have to edit shit. And then 103 I got to edit. Okay, whatever. But yeah, that was a little disappointing. So we're back in.
No, it's very disappointing. But you know,
I didn't think it was gonna do much for me. I didn't think. Yeah, it wasn't like, oh my god, they didn't do anything. It's not like he's not really paying attention.
And it's just like in the middle of like bikini pic. Unsigned artist, like walk by video, unsigned artist, like booty shot. Here's a Kid Pro single.
But like it was like a booty shot of her painting. So I always find that.
I hate that.
I had to stop because I followed her because, what was it? I followed her a while ago too because I thought she was pretty cool. I loved her art, but then it was just like, okay, it's every art piece has an ass shot. So I'm like, I can't.
Yo, shout out to all you artsy chicks that paint your shits half naked, and then y'all get so fucking mad when dudes are all up in your DMs.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all.
I'm sure Kaylin's used to it. All the shit she's done.
Oh my god, y'all painting pictures. Y'all showing off. You know what you're doing. Showing off your ass, painting in a thong, sitting down.
Yeah.
Conveniently taking the picture so your ass is being shown while you're painting the picture, trying to with your fucking artsy self, and then got the nerve to get mad when dudes are in your DMs and something about, oh, I have a man. Like, shit. Yo, come on with y'all.
Lord, oh my god. But like, I just back to the
back
petty,
to it because
I
sound petty to saying that shit.
A little bit, but it's fine. Back to Petty Paddy. You're a fucking loser. That's it. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, man. Look, I don't know you, bro. There's better ways to go about that. If you're angry, cool. I get it. You must have been turned down at some point, but you're going at the wrong people about this. They actually do care about the artist.
Like and if you're gonna spend money on anything, spend money on exposure. Don't spend money on making it look like you have all these followers, all these likes, all these fucking views, all these fucking streams. Cause they like you had to shut off your comments. And it was funny because I seen a post that was like, you can keep the fame, we just want the money. And then a post right before that had like a couple bottles of Bel Air and like money spread out. And I'm just looking like, that's about half of the money I made just today. Like, what are you doing?
Oh, man. It's sad. It's sad what's going on, but whatever. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Best of luck to Petty Paddy. You know, hope it all works out for you.
Yeah, but, I was gonna start shouting out platforms. No, I'm not gonna do it.
No, I don't see you being on any covers anytime soon, especially for We Are Jersey.
I had a platform hit me up. Well, no, not hit me up. Follow me, and it's funny because this one platform keeps following and unfollowing, and this maybe like a year, 2 years ago. I forgot because I remember it was right before. Oh shit, I'm coming.
I meant to ask you which platform that was because I think I might have wanted the same one. It has New Jersey in the name?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll show you right now. Because I decided, I was like, you know what? I'll follow them. Fuck
So
it.
I bet you I
sure
went
they'll
to the
unfollow
same
me.
shit.
So they fucking...
Man, same shit, man. Same thing.
So, but okay, so wait, hold on. So they've been unfollowing and following. I came across them when I was looking for talent for Check It. And in the beginning when I had to like actually, like I had these small, like I knew a couple artists, but I really had to broaden, like, all right, let me try to get artists to check it and shit. And then fucking, what is it called? So I followed them, and then all of a sudden, like, they followed me back, started liking my shit, and then just nothing at all.
Right.
And like me, like, and they had put something out about like working with them. I was like, you know what? Let me try it out. It was way before We Are Jersey. I think at that point, like, I did follow We Are Jersey, and I had already talked to B because it was already Check It. Like, I had talked to her prior about it, and then, but me and her weren't cool like how we are today.
Right.
So I didn't really think anything of it, and then I noticed that they stopped following me. I was like, well, I mean, you don't really have anything for me anyway. So I'm like, all right. I was during like spring cleaning with IG, so I unfollowed them. But then I would notice that they would follow me back, like out of nowhere. They would randomly follow me back, especially when as Check It got bigger.
I noticed that a lot too. Like,
so yeah. So then I'm just like, nah, I'm good. Like, I didn't. And all of a sudden, like, I see it, like, disappear. Like, okay, they're gone. I'm like, all right, whatever. And it would just keep happening. And I talked to a friend about it, and she's like, oh, no, the same thing. I just blocked them. I blocked them, like, because the person I was talking to has platforms. She was like, I blocked them off everything. So I just can't deal with it. Then I get the mention off We Are Jersey today about it, about, like, because the newsletter came out and I posted it in my story, and then they reposted it on their story. So I get the I get the mentions, I get the follow, and I send a screenshot, and I was like, oh, well, look at this. Apparently they want to know, like, oh, what happened, blah blah blah. They had hit up some people like, oh, well, why am I blocked off of this? Like, can you figure out why I'm blocked, whatever. Apparently it was an old employee that they let go. That's why. That's who used to do the follow and follow. They had so many complaints about that shit.
oh, so it's a known practice they've been doing.
Yeah.
And people have been complaining.
Oh, no, because you are maybe the fifth person I've heard that from. But I never really go around and be like, oh, do you know this one? Yeah.
Right, yeah.
But I've heard about it.
But it's happened. And it was so weird from them, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially that type of page. So, whatever. But it's just a lot of fucking weirdos. And then you really see a lot of these pages.
Yeah.
And they're starting to do lives. And it's fucking, it's people you wouldn't even imagine running the lives, run these accounts.
Because look, we had a whole conversation. Like, we were actually talking back and forth. That was when I hit them up to do some work. It was like they were looking for bloggers. And there was like a whole conversation. Then they sent me some shit. And I was like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, I remember that. They sent out the wanted ad for all this, for extracurricular stuff, media people and shit. Yeah, man, look, it's so weird. Yeah, you see all these people that run these pages, and it's like, yeah, I would never expected that. Mm-mm. Like, there was this one I did a free stuff for a live session, and it was just some young kid, and I noticed right there, all the kids that were coming in and like, y'all spitting these little bullshit ass bars and y'all giving them fire emojis. I'm like, nah, this ain't the place for me.
Yeah, but this is also the same platform. I think it's the same. Let me see. Because I know I made fun of their logo.
Oh, no. This is the same platform.
Oh, yeah, no. So this is the NJ Transit logo, yeah. So this is the same people that been putting out the top whatever list.
Yes.
All the same people that we kind of dropped the ball because we were supposed to put out a list and we never got to it. But that's what I was kind of talking about before, where I kind of stood up and I'm like, wait, so why are we... So I get it, we're going to cap the followers, but why should we, because somebody had mentioned, like, well, if we're going to cap the highest amount, why don't we cap the lowest amount? I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? Yeah. The lowest amount doesn't mean shit. That just means that they haven't been able to get the right exposure, and isn't that our job?
Absolutely.
So,
and you're making lists for hottest hip hop artists, and this came out, I believe, in 2019, right?
Yeah.
That list.
No, they dropped a list this year too.
This year too? Okay. Well, even
it's the same thing though.
This makes my point even better.
It's the same people, yeah.
You can't have. Well, I mean, again, I don't know the basis of their shit. It's hottest, so I don't know what they base it on.
Yeah.
There's no reason, if you're saying also, hottest, that a Fetty Wap should be on that list in 2020.
No, and also Petty. Petty
Paddy.
Petty Paddy. OG Petty Paddy. Yeah. Pro didn't want me to say OG because it's in his
Just
Instagram name.
It protect me innocent.
But I'll say it anyway. No, he. I know the person who sent you that screenshot is probably listening and laughing.
Probably.
But no, but Petty Paddy is definitely never seen him on that list. Never even heard of him.
Probably won't be on the list either.
No.
Probably won't be on it.
Yeah,
if you're complaining that much, that means that you're not letting the music talk for you, which probably means your music sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
but
just
continue. Yeah.
There's just it's just right ways to go about it. There's right ways to complain about it too. Like
no. But past that, let's not get back into that.
Okay, all right. So past that. So there's no reason that you should have a Fetty Wap in 2020 as your hottest artist in New Jersey.
No, not at all. Like that was the first thing that I noticed off the list, and I'm like, bruh, he is rumored to be doing a collab track sometime this year with somebody. I seen a tweet about it, but I don't know how much, like, if it's for certain or anything. So I never mentioned it to you.
Which is great. Look, he had one of the greatest runs ever, not just a Jersey artist, but in mainstream music. Mm-hmm. That is undeniable. He had hit after hit after hit. He had this one summer, I don't even know what year, but he had it on lock.
Yeah. Maybe it was because he did star in a couple Love and Hip Hop episodes. Maybe that's why they did it.
That could be it too.
Maybe that's why NJ Transit did it.
But then again, that doesn't make you an artist.
No, it doesn't.
At that point, you're a TV personality. Mm-hmm. You're a reality TV show star.
Yeah. That's what I had. I had an argument with somebody about it. And she was on like the marketing team of some shit, and I was confused because she wanted to grab somebody from Love and Hip Hop. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I mean, do you know about this? Well, I don't watch it. I'm like, okay, well, if you're gonna grab somebody from it, you might want to jump on YouTube or VH1 and shit.
Research.
Like you might want to. Like you've been like, she was really gun ho about this. I'm like, that's cool, but I've never heard any music from her. She was literally on that show for a storyline and just to fight. She was fighting in 3 episodes. That she was, I think it was about 3 episodes. Because there's another guilty pleasure. I watch Love and Hip Hop. Just New York though.
Because it's fake at the end of the day too. Like this shit's all scripted.
It's entertaining. And I started watching because you know Joe was.
No,
on
I mean I'm not saying there's anything wrong with watching it. I'm just saying that. Like,
no. But it's definitely
it's scripted reality is what I call it.
But like you want to go for this person because she makes music, but I never heard her music, and because she had said like, oh, she has a good fan base. I'm like, well, no shit. Like, she was on the show fighting, and that's probably why Love and Hip Hop itself, like no matter what city it's in, Love and Hip Hop itself has a foundation. So if you were on the show, you're gonna get those followers. Even if she bought them followers prior to it, she has a fan base because she was on the show fighting. Talking about cheating and sleeping with one guy and asking for money in a whole lawsuit. So is this really the person that you want to, like
talk music about?
No,
and,
I don't.
And interview about
I'm
music?
sure she's dope, but you're not. It was very like, oh, I got so and so from Love and Hip Hop. Not even just so and so. It wasn't. It was like you had to put in the Love and Hip Hop. Like, why?
Yeah, I think the only successful music artists that came out of Love and Hip Hop who weren't already there that were established before, because you got Budden, you got Jim Jones, you got Little Scrappy. They are established music artists.
Well,
They've had
by
hits.
the time I'm trying to
I'm saying the ones that did actually make a career off of it, a successful music career.
Oh yeah.
K. Michelle, Cardi B.
Yeah.
That's it.
K. Michelle had the
maybe
career
Safari
before it. Safari. Can we say he had a career before it because
Safari?
he wrote most of Nicki's shit?
If you want to put it that way, then yes, he had a career.
Because you can still have a music career and not really be out there. You can be a ghostwriter.
Right, because it still involves music. It still involves the music. So I would definitely put Safari there.
Mm-hmm.
And then K. Michelle.
He definitely blew up off of that whole drama shit.
And Cardi, which is the best example, definitely blew up off of that shit.
Yeah,
so,
but I feel like Safari was kind of up there. No, yeah, Love and Hip Hop kind of like sprung him forward.
He just didn't have a hit single.
Cardi was up there, but it sprung her forward. But she was up there for her, like, I've been following that bitch since she was just doing like the stupid videos
for her IG
and funny
presence,
shit. Yeah, she was funny as hell.
Because she's a great like social media star, and it just so happened that she had great people around her to make dope music.
So because my thing is like she did it right because she was on the show, and then she used that to kind of like, all right, here's my music. Yeah. And now I have this fan base because of the show. Will listen to my music, and then bam.
I remember when she first blew up, she had a single a street single, and that was the one that came before Bodak Yellow.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, she rapping. Like, she's wearing all red. Everybody around her got all red on. She's doing her thing. Yeah. And then right after that, Bodak Yellow. And I'm like, all right, there's potential here.
Yeah, and she knew how to play it off. She was the one season or whatever, and then she bounced.
Oh, man, she killed it. There were so many memes about her.
Yeah, she did her storyline.
Killed it.
She did it right forever. That shit I use damn near every time.
Exactly. That's one of the memes I was thinking about.
Yeah.
And she killed it, man. Perfect reality show star, and then took that platform, transformed it into a successful music career, Grammy nominated. You couldn't ask for a better career off of Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah, no, she I think did
number one hits.
She did it way better than K Michelle. K Michelle, I think she gets in her own way, because K Michelle also, she had a career before it.
Yeah.
I think herself also, she just gets in the way, and it's not. She also had her own show on thing too.
No, Cardi did it right though.
No, Cardi did the best,
Cardi
and then
did it right.
Safari, I feel like he had something, and he really sparked because of breaking up with Nicki, the whole Meek Mill shit. And then I feel like that elevated him, but he's still technically on the show. So we'll wait to see what he does with it.
Yeah.
But he was already kind of up there anyway.
But getting back to our main points, just like
sorry, I have like
no, it's alright. We get all over the place. The numbers
Yeah.
game just has to fucking stop.
No, I'm saying like I have mosquito bites. I'm like fucking
it's
dying
all
right
good.
now. Yeah.
But the numbers game like has to fucking stop. Like, this is getting ridiculous. Like, we can't be complaining about shit like this when our numbers are already skewed. Well, I mean, when your numbers are fucking skewed.
Our numbers are not skewed.
No, our numbers aren't skewed, but meaning them, the artists. Like, you can't be talking shit when your fucking numbers are skewed themselves.
My
when your shit's
thing is,
suspect.
how are you proud of that?
I don't know. Maybe
I
he said his team,
personally-
so maybe he doesn't know. Maybe his team runs it and he doesn't fucking know. Maybe he doesn't care. Maybe he thinks he's justifying it.
He's probably,
And-
but I don't. Who knows?
I don't know. We don't know. We just gotta ask, and we're just assuming.
But regardless of him, I'm
Yeah.
saying in general, because I know the person who did it. He's just like he knew what he was getting himself into. He was like, all right, let me see what it does, because it does help. Like, I've seen, like, maybe it helps some people. So maybe if that's what's getting them noticed, then maybe okay, I make way better music than them, and that it really didn't do shit for him.
But all it is like, at the end, it's like, if I do that, I'm just convincing the people that view my shit that don't already want to like me to force them to like me. And then I got fake ass people like me. Not only do I have bots, which are in reality fake people, but then I also have the quote unquote metaphorically fake people that then like me. So it's like, no matter what, you still got fake niggas on your page.
I always wonder, no, because like I'll remember, like, we were super proud when we hit 1K.
Yep.
So like things like that where and like, say if we were, I wonder if podcasts have the same, probably, but I know, like, I mean, what was I say? I know, like, we were proud of that, but I just don't know if I would be proud seeing like 5K, 10K streams, knowing damn well it's really just the 1,000 listens, the real listens, and the other ones are fake. Like, I don't know if I can be okay with that.
I don't know if I'd be okay with it either. And if I could find a way to get rid of that, I would. I mean, I know for people that do it organically, whenever you post hashtags on your post or on the comment after your post, you're going to get a bunch of random likes. And then those will turn into random followers. I get that.
But the hashtag is still kind of playing it organically. I personally just don't. I know, like, we have to get better at it. Check it, I did it a lot. I know we have to get better at that with the podcast, just because the exposure of it. Because if we put, like, we could have done a whole bunch of Jada, Entanglement, blah blah blah, like, of the last episode.
Yeah.
Because by the time we posted the last episode, Entanglement was this huge fucking thing all of a sudden.
It really was.
Well, like, that's when it, first came out. So I'm like, we could actually kind of do it, but I hate the aesthetic. That's it. I just hate the look of hashtags.
Yeah, and the hashtags does help. Don't get me wrong, it actually does help, but it also brings in a lot of fake followers and bots. I think that's like a cheat code within the system to get you more views and stuff. Yeah, it does get you organic reach.
It does get it gets
organic,
you,
but it also brings on the fake.
It's not buying.
No, it's not buying.
But you can get fake shit. You had a bot and you don't do anything.
Yeah.
And you got bot.
Yeah,
so
I got all the time. Yeah, I put in a poll question in my story, and I'll get bots answering.
Yeah,
and it's always someone else's verified account that's looking at my shit, and then they'll answer the fucking question. Like, I don't even fucking know you.
Nah, I don't think the hashtag. The hashtag is almost equivalent to the poll, because you can literally look up the poll situation.
results,
like
yeah,
what's
and-
like no, not results, but you can look up if anybody like has polls or some shit like that in their stories or whatever.
Oh yeah, they'll let you know what they answered. Right, and then I'll get like 5 answers will come from fucking random ass pages that never seen my shit before, that I don't recognize them, don't follow me,
Yeah.
blah blah. That's so fucking weird, but I guess that's what IG does.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get bots regardless, but it's either you can pay for all the extra shit. I just think people get the bots in their comments. Mainly, I don't know if you can pay for comments, but I think the bots will gravitate, especially if you paid for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you paid for the views and everything, it's like, okay, we'll slip some comments.
So when your video has 2,000 fucking views, and
they're
then
gonna
you got
go
like
after those
900
too.
likes, and more than half of them are fake people, like, come on, bro. After a while, you just gotta know.
What are you gonna do?
And you're inflating your fucking numbers, but what are you gonna do?
Let's get into topics. Do you want me to play a video now? We kind of already like jumped in.
Let's do it. Play it, man. Let's
and then
play it so we can start off real quick.
Wait.
Tell me how a president in the middle of a pandemic has got time for this bullshit.
Ooh,
Are you
gunshot.
kidding me? Hawking products at Goya, I don't care who it is.
Oh, my things are
Resolute desk. This is what he's resolute about. Pandemic priorities. His daughter Ivanka, top White House advisor. Are you kidding me? Marketing for a brand following calls for boycotts after Goya's CEO heaped praise on Trump last week. On your dime, in the middle of a pandemic, they're selling beans. Are you kidding me? Seriously. Seriously. This is not left and right. This is reasonable, my brothers and sisters. The guy's sitting on the Resolute desk with a bunch of Goya products. You tell me how a president in the middle of a pandemic has got time for this bullshit.
All right, that replayed. All right, so let's get into Goya.
Yeah, man. So that was Chris Cuomo. No, was it Chris? I get him and the governor confused, but they're brothers.
I always get them confused, too.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I think it's
Chris
Cuomo, yeah, brother of Governor Andrew Cuomo of New York. He works as a correspondent on CNN, and that was him going off on Trump, on Donald Trump, and his daughter, Ivana. I don't know,
Ivanka. If it's Goya, it has to be good.
Yeah. So this motherfucker is on the Oval Office desk, the Resolute desk, with Goya products spread all over it, and he's got his thumbs up, smiling at the camera. Now, for those that don't know, the CEO of Goya recently went to the White House and praised the president, saying that we are blessed to have a leader like him. Now, social media caught wind of this, and they went crazy. It went all of a sudden to boycott Goya, to memes about people throwing out their Goya beans and their adobo and sazon, and people saying like, hey, if you want to make your own sazon, just use this, blah, blah, blah. And it went back to, I thought about the conversation Sade and I had episodes ago about the boycotting thing. Like, look, we can't be so quick to boycott all these fucking companies. The CEO said that shit. That doesn't mean everybody else in the fucking company, the people that work in the factories that make this food, feel the same goddamn way.
Stop. Because there are ways, if you feel strongly about it, then, hey, I seen a meme somewhere. I don't know if I saved it. A meme where it shows you the ingredients. Like, do it yourself. It was Goya, adobo, DIY.
DIY adobo, do it yourself.
Yeah, do it
yourself. DIY.
DIY, right? Yeah, do it yourself, yeah. So, like, if you feel strongly about it, then don't use it. That's cool. Like, but at the same time, you are taking jobs away from all these people who they may not be being paid properly, and that's something to fight for. But you can't fight for those people in the factories who are not getting paid properly, and then also stop buying their products. And mind you, I almost got a job with them too.
Yeah, doing what?
They're shit in the office in Jersey City.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you would have been a part of the enemy.
I know. Good thing I can't.
Look,
I can't do office work. I can't do office shit.
And look at me. I've been doing it.
I can't do it.
Shit. Oh man. But yo, yeah. Look. Cuomo went in. Cuomo said the right shit. I love this dude. His brother's fucking awesome. Yeah, that's exactly how you should feel. There's so much wrong going on in the world, and this motherfucker's taking time out of his schedule when he should be worrying about a lot of other stuff and a lot of other citizens in this country. Yeah. He's spending his time to be Mr. Petty, Petty Crocker, and like throw a middle finger to everybody that complained with Goya products on the desk, and then his daughter doing the same shit. Like, it's beyond me, but it's funny as fuck. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's funny as hell. This guy's hilarious.
Yeah.
He is a fucked up individual, but God damn it if he ain't funny. Like, it's amazing.
God, it's a fucking mess.
Like I said, we can't just go start boycotting Goya. Like, now we're just going backwards if we do that. Like, this whole cancel culture thing has just gotten way out of hand.
Like, we can't really just go and cancel everybody once a CEO says something wrong.
No.
Like, that's not the right way to go about this shit.
No, not
There's
at
so
all.
many other people below him that get affected by this shit.
Yeah.
So let's just say we really do shut down Goya. Come on, man. Think about how many jobs are going to get lost.
Yep. And
then you just got a worse fucking thing going on. And it's something that we created just because we want to cancel everybody that says something wrong or supports this guy. Like, as long, I mean, yeah, look, he's supporting Trump. Okay, I get it. But I've already made my point. We're hurting too many people in the process by canceling one person.
Yeah, no, way too much. I don't know. I mean, I'm not like a huge supporter of Goya, but at the same time, like, I do buy some of their shit.
Hey, so. I mean, the only real Goya products I use would be like the beans, sazon, adobo.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
My whole thing is, wait, what? Sorry, I got distracted. I already said my whole point, so I think we're good to bypass this, and we'll see what happens. It's just, it's one of those things like, all right, the CEO said it, now you want to endorse them and use your daughter. It's like, now it's not, I'm trying to think, it's not petty, but.
You don't think it's petty that he, days after people complain, that he just started taking a picture with all that shit on the table? The thumbs up?
A little bit.
That's
knowing damn well he's never eaten anything in his life that has any Goya product in it.
No, I remember a couple years ago when he took a picture of himself in the private plane on Cinco de Mayo.
That's right.
That shit was funny.
He is petty. He is
petty.
Penny Don. That's
he is
right.
petty. Shit, he was fucking shouting out Chance the Rapper earlier this week.
Oh yeah, we gotta get to that.
Yeah. You want to start with the Chance shit? You got the
tweets?
You got tweets?
Tweets? Yeah. Tweets? All right.
Yeah, man. All right, so fuck it. Let's get right into it. Chance the Rapper this past weekend, man, made some crazy ass statements regarding Kanye wanting to run for president. Yeah. Let me just pull out the actual motherfucker.
So he goes, yeah. Well, I'm gonna keep talking while you find him. Are you more pro Biden or anti-Yay, and why? I get that you'll want to reply and that you're just trying to get Trump out, quote. But in this hypothetical scenario where you're replacing Trump, can someone explain why Joe Biden would be better? He goes on to say, I finally got the answer now. I understand. Y'all just trust Biden more than y'all trust Ye. I think I understand why. I just don't feel the same. I didn't plan on trending today, blah, 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 blah. Let me see. With all these apologies and accountabilities going around, the city of Chicago and Chicago Police Department should finally admit to and denounce the assassination of Fred Hampton. Okay, he just went to some extra shit. I also felt a way about people using the word presidential, like a nigga acting or not acting. A nigga acting or not acting presidential was Andrew Jackson acting presidential, which this kind of led me to think about how everybody like when this tweet came out had me thinking like, you know, when people are like, oh, I only had 44 presidents.
Yeah.
And they don't count Trump.
They don't.
But let's be real. Like, in that case, if you're going to do that, technically you should just say, I've only had one president. Because, I mean, Bill was cool. But everybody before that, let's not act like, I mean, Lincoln didn't just free the slaves. Just like that wasn't his main goal. It was to keep the Union together.
Absolutely.
It wasn't really about that. Because it was a whole statement that somebody had put out that was like an old thing from him. I mean, obviously it was old, but he had said like, okay, if I don't have to abolish slavery, then it's cool, like as whatever saves the Union.
Yeah.
But then everybody else, like you have all these other fucking presidents, like let's be real, like if you're gonna not take Trump, then you can't take anybody else.
Right.
So that was just a little weird.
Yeah, I don't understand what the hell he was saying. Like, and then on top of that, like, he had to run down that hill real quick once Terry Crews started showing him love.
Yep, that's pretty much the next batch.
Hit him back with that eye emoji, talking about he was all woke and shit. What did he say? What was that shit he said?
So he's like, when you get to the top of a hill and you realize you have to die on it, and then this is me slowly trying to get down from this hill without falling or dying.
Yeah.
Whoever you vote for, whatever. And then Terry Crews replies to, like, when you get to the top of the hill, he's like, I feel your pain. And then he replied back with fuck to Terry Crews. Fuck with when Denzel was what's his name? Was Malcolm X. Was like this GIF, but I don't have it's a tweet on Instagram.
I know, yeah.
You know which one is right? And then he goes, nah, and then he adds Chance. He was like, nah, Chance the Rapper is just doing the math and seeing a lot of things that don't add up. This is what happens when you think for yourself. So now Chance tweets, okay, sprinting down the hill now. I understand the improbability, blah, 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 blah. He was like, I am for black liberation and do not accept my recent endorsement from Terry Crews. And then he like tweets a gif of somebody going down an up escalator, which was really funny. And then like busts his ass. Oh, like
the Joe Budden lookalike.
Yeah, right. I was thinking about it. It's like in between Joe and fucking Rory.
Yeah. And
Terry goes, "Don't worry, bro. I deleted it. Never endorsed you, bro." And
yeah, Terry Crews is he's going through a rough time.
I don't think anybody wants him.
I don't think anybody wants to deal with him right now.
No, just wants him.
Oh,
you know how I was always like, oh, okay, we'll give you this if we give you this person if you give us this person back.
Like racial
it's one
draft?
of the it's one of those where it's like, nah, you can keep him. Nah, you can keep him.
The black delegation chooses to release Terry Crews.
Oh, I missed Chappelle's show, but yeah, it's one of those.
It's one of those.
It's one of those.
Yeah, Terry Crews and Chance just needs to get his shit together, man. I get it. He's a huge supporter of Chicago. He was supporting No Name back when this whole J. Cole thing happened.
Yeah.
Now he's supporting Kanye nonstop. And I heard another podcast where he called in and was talking and just expanded on what he was saying. He's like, "Look, man, Kanye believes in ending homelessness,
Wait,
police
which one?
reform."
JVP?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta listen.
He called in and just stated his case and everything like that.
Man.
And they were calling him out on it. But he did make one point where the guys were like, well, you're not wrong. Where he's like, look, Kanye is about ending homelessness, police reform, and all this other shit. These guys aren't. Kanye hasn't even murdered anybody like these guys have. Who's to say that he can't be a better president? And that point alone got them to say, all right, well, you're not wrong, but at the same time, Trump shouldn't be president to fucking begin with. Like, chances saying,
I
if
think
a reality TV
so
star
many
can
people
make
are scarred.
Why can't Kanye make it?
So many people are scarred.
Granted, you got a point there, but at the same time, this dude shouldn't be president to begin with. And we're not a political podcast by any means, but he's got a fucking point there too.
No, yeah, he does.
So yeah,
I think it's more people are turned off by it because the last episode I had heard, like Roy had said, like, oh, well, he does this every rollout for a project. It's just each manic episode is getting worse and worse, and this is just about the worst.
Even when it's not a rollout, it's just like anytime he announces something that's like over the top, his family has to step in afterwards and say like, oh no, we had a manic episode. He didn't take his meds, blah, blah, blah. He's not thinking straight. He's not thinking clearly. He didn't really mean that, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, shit's getting weird right now.
I feel like anytime that happens, he's like in a locked room somewhere.
Yeah, like
with
they don't
no
want him
phone,
to talk.
no nothing.
Like his family, the Kardashians, I'm assuming, are in control of these guys too. Like they're part-time publicists. Like we already know the mom is like the fucking mastermind.
Yeah.
We know how that goes.
But like at the same time, I also feel like devil's advocate. Maybe if they were doing that, it's kind of, all right, you are gonna get even more ridiculed for this. So it's in a way protecting him because it's like, all right, this is a little too crazy. Like, you need to calm down.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I never really took it serious. I called it in the first time. Like, when we sat down for an episode, once we got the news, like, I popped up, like, oh, he's running for president. Oh, no, it wasn't that. It was something about a manic episode. I was like, well, no shit. Like, of course. Yeah. Like, it was the last episode, I think, too. We didn't really get into it too much. It was like, no, this is a manic episode. Like, it's fine.
Let's just, and not to mention, let's not even forget the fact that he's completely missed the whole primaries.
Yeah.
He missed everything. If he wants to write himself in as an independent party, let's be real. The only thing that's going to happen is you're going to split the black vote.
I seen a tweet that said he had Oklahoma.
Yeah.
He's on the Oklahoma ballot.
Probably. Yeah. So you got to look at it like this. If you have Kanye run as a president, if you go on voting day and you see Trump as a selection for Republican, let's say Biden, if he wins, selection for Democrat, and you got Kanye West as an independent selection, you cannot tell me that there's going to be a massive amount of people, mostly black, or at least ones that are influenced by him, or at least see him as like a figure that could be a president. They're going to choose him knowing that he has no chance to win because he doesn't have the rest of the country, hasn't promoted, hasn't run the campaign. No. You're going to split the black vote, and you're going to take votes away from someone that probably should actually win.
Because he said it in 2016, or I forgot what year, not 2016, that was when Obama came in. It was either right after Trump or right before Trump announced. He had said, like, Kanye 2020. Yeah. It's so... But I feel like there was another date before that. I'm not bugging.
And then Trump, it's almost like Trump is... And Trump's loving this because I feel like Trump knows, okay, if we put someone like Kanye in, he's not going to win. But what he's going to do is he's going to take away votes from Biden, from the massive amounts of black people who still feel like they need to vote Democrat regardless or just vote anti-Trump. That's going to lessen their votes. It's going to bring more votes on the Trump side, and he's going to win this easily. So Kanye was just like his accomplice.
I would still vote for Yay. I would vote for Yay.
For you vote for Yay? Yeah, I mean, you vote for whoever you want to. That's the thing. It's I'm not judging, but it's like
the lesser of two evils.
But you're also killing that by putting him in as a third party.
Oh yeah, no, 1,000%. And then what's the other shit? No, and he had said, I was debating if we were going to mention this, but we're already talking about it. He was like, apparently he's like, I'm throwing all the MAGA hats away or some shit, like pretty much like I'm not, like that's when he came out and said I've never really fucked with Trump. It was more just to get Kim in there, foot in the door and shit like just that. To get Kim in there so she can do, which actually
commendable. I mean, I admire that.
If it's true, it makes sense. Yeah. Because if there was really no way for her to get in there, and if he just had to like kind of talk to him, and if Trump was like, all right, no problem, I will do that for her if you show me some love. Yeah. It's
a nice way to save face too. If that wasn't your real intention, it's just a nice way to make you look good.
He was like, I want, the black and minorities, I want your fans to back me. But it just kind of, he probably was like, you know what, if this is going to get Kim, if it's going to make me look bad, fuck it. If it's for Kim, then yeah.
I can't see any rapper doing that. Even Kanye, like you couldn't grab any rapper and Trump be like, I need you to help me get the black vote. I can't think
if he was asking for a favor and then Trump said that, and it's depending on the favor, honestly, because her freeing all those people didn't happen until after. Like the timeline kind of goes with what he said. It was right after that whole shit.
I'm thinking, like, imagine the most influential rapper. How would they get the hip hop culture to vote for Trump if Trump were to ask them and do them a huge favor?
Oh, that? No, I don't see anybody.
Nobody, right? Like I think of like Jay-Z as the most influential rapper. Yeah, like he's the one that's caused the most changes in trends, slang, all that stuff.
Over time, yeah.
Like
if not, then maybe Drake.
Right.
Just because Drake is Drake. But
you'd have to do a crazy.
A lot of people would just be like, "You're Canadian, you don't know shit."
You have to do a crazy ass rebrand of Trump and make it so that all of a sudden he's loved, because there was a time when Trump was loved by hip hop culture. We saw him as the ultimate figure of money and entrepreneurship. Yeah. That was the deal before he even ran for president. We all loved him.
Yeah, and I also think going back to Goya shit, what if he's like, all right, you need some money? Bet. So I'm gonna, oh my God, what if white people are finally using seasoning? I just realized that. I mean, about fucking time. But anyway. Good. No, it was a random thought. I was just like wait.
I'll give you that. That was good.
No, but what if...
What if that... You're right. That's a conspiracy theory in itself, but what if...
I told you I was coming with mad what ifs. So what if? What if?
Always want to get serious when she says the what ifs. So I noticed on the last clip, I'm like, yo, when she says what if, it usually gets into some shit.
And I usually say it like 3 times, too. Yeah. all right, so what if, right? He was like, the CEO, I don't know what he possibly could go to Trump about. Maybe he needs some money. Maybe like the whole relief thing with the what is it called? With COVID and stimulus checks and blah, 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 whatever. But what if that was the case and he's just like, all right, I just need you to kind of endorse me too.
Like, bro, these are business deals.
And then all of a sudden now Trump is sitting in the Oval Office with all these Goya products.
I know
that he's probably never tasted.
I know I always correlate everything to hip hop. That's because you can. This is just like a famous rapper bringing in an unknown rapper and they start taking pictures together in the studio.
It's a cosign.
It's a cosign. You're doing a track for track. Y'all going to be seen on social media hanging together in the studio. You're going to be shouting the person's album out when it comes out. That's what you're doing right now as Trump. He's taking a picture with Homeboy's album and promoting it.
Who's that picture with, is it Future and Young Thug? Where it's the one is at the...
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
the one is like looking at like...
I don't know if that... Young Thug's the one that's standing. I don't know who's sitting.
No, it's Young Thug and somebody else.
Yeah,
Never mind, I can't remember who it is. I don't know. I always got him.
That became a whole meme thing too, because there's mad pictures of Young Thug at the computer, and they just turned into a whole thing.
Oh no, it's still running today. Yeah, I just seen it yesterday.
Multiple pictures of him at computers with other people.
Yeah,
it's just funny as fuck. Yeah.
No, but regardless, it's I just randomly thought about that.
But that's what it feels like here.
But yeah,
too.
it's like
it's a cosign.
Yeah. You know, it is, and like, because cosigns do exist outside of our world, our industry,
and it does wonders. Because look, now
it's like an endorsement.
Goya's more famous than it's ever been.
Yeah,
and it's the negative type of what's that shit called? Outrage marketing.
Yeah,
where you get your name up, you get your rep up, your clout or whatever by pissing off a bunch of people, and eventually your sales go up. If not, your rep goes up.
Yeah.
So now and then the people that agree with Trump, now they're gonna go out of their way to buy Goya.
Yeah.
Keep that motherfucker in business.
Oh, 1,000%. Yeah.
So no matter what, man, like it's nasty shit all around. Is what we deal with. But fuck it, let's move on from that. What else? All right, we back. All right, man. Let's get into Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon. Let me.
Nick Cannon. So, for those that don't know, Nick Cannon, he has.
You want me to play the clip?
You got the clip?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. My bad. I didn't know you had the clip. Go ahead.
I got it. Hold on, I'm trying to find my note.
All right, then we'll just
play it.
We'll edit all that.
All right. So you want to start over? Just do. We're back. Okay.
All right, and we're back. So next topic, we got to talk about young Nick Cannon. And the recent trouble that he's got himself into. We got an audio clip, Sade, if you could, please.
The only way they have to rob, steal, rape, kill, and
fight or flight,
in order to survive.
How long ago was this?
So then these people who didn't have what we had, and when I say we, I speak of the melanated people.
Oh, really?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
They had to be savage.
Just the last episode.
They had to be barbaric. Because they're in these Nordic mountains. They're in these rough, torrential environments. So they're acting as animals.
Right.
So they're the ones that are actually closer to animals. They're the ones that are actually the true savages. And then they built up such this I don't want to say warrior, but they built up such this conquering barbaric men. The only way they can they have
stops.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, no, that was a little too much.
Yeah.
Like, if you wanted to get your point across, he went into like the history. He went into like the DNA.
So before we really talk about it, it was announced. So that was an episode, a clip off a super recent episode.
Cannon's Class.
Yeah, Cannon Class, and because of that, Viacom, Viacom, right? Viacom CBS has terminated their relationship with Nick Cannon for the anti-Semitic remarks. Semitic, right?
Yeah.
I always say the wrong name.
Wait, what do you say? Semite?
No, not Semite, but I always feel like I say it wrong. That's why I always look to you. I'm like, am I saying it right?
Anti-Semite or
Semite? Yeah, Semite also works too, I guess. Anti-Semitic comments. Yeah, and it's funny because he was accused of that, but he was accused of all that shit, and then he's now fighting back. But in like this huge fucking Facebook post that he did, and series of tweets. I didn't see the tweets. I just saw the Facebook post where he goes and says that he's been getting nothing but outpouring love. Mind you, he's also been getting the death threats, the racial remarks, all of that.
Yeah,
so that does come with it. But he's getting nothing but outpouring love from the Jewish community.
Right.
Which is kind of funny.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Now, he did get some backlash for the stuff that he said.
Yeah.
Which Viacom CBS actually banned him, fired him, terminated him, which means Wildin' Out. So, his Wildin' Out show no longer happening. As of right now, it's pretty much up in the air. Yeah, they're saying they canceled Wildin' Out.
Yeah.
Crazy.
One of the comedians on there, I forgot the name, I forgot which one it was, had posted the picture of them on the stage and saying, like, I'm going to miss this or some shit like that.
Yeah, so it's a real shame because, like, I mean, I'm not the hugest Wildin' Out fan, but it's a good show and, like, one of the longest running shows on MTV,
15 fucking years.
Yeah.
I used to watch it a lot back when it first started in 2005. But I haven't really watched anything recently, like maybe clips here and there.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, I didn't think it was gonna last.
No, me neither.
I did not think it was gonna last. I think that shit was gonna go.
It was a good show, but I didn't think it was gonna last.
Had
either.
a good premise and everything like that. I just didn't think, like, how much longer can they keep these sketches going?
Yeah,
but
for sure.
They kept bringing in new comedians, new talent, new models. Like, Nick was smart about it. Like, he changed the shit up. He kept a few good people that were, like, regulars.
Yeah.
But he always made sure to bring in not only, like, great featured special guests, but also great comedians that could help write the jokes.
Yeah.
So I think that's what made it work. Like, he ended up with a gold mine.
Oh no, yeah, no, he definitely did, and now he's demanding Viacom. He's demanding it, like, the show to be his, like, full ownership. So he goes on to say, and this was on the Facebook thing, and I believe on the tweets too. He's like, I don't blame any individual. Oh no, first off, he states that Viacom is on the wrong side of history. I quote, I don't blame any individual. I blame the oppressive and racist infrastructure. The systematic racism is what this world has been built on and was the subject in which I was attempting to highlight in the recent clips. Then he goes on to say, I demand full ownership of my $1 million Wildin' Out brand that I created, and that they will continue to misuse and destroy without my leadership. I demand that the hate and backdoor bullying cease, and while we're at it, now that the truth is out, I demand the apology.
That's tough. And look, as far as what he said,
yeah,
it was a little overboard. I ain't gonna lie. I mean,
a little, but we only got a clip. I didn't get to watch the full thing. I just got the history of it. I looked it up, and then I got, like, the apology
even in that
part.
context, just off that clip, like, he went deep into, like, what's caused him. Like, if you turn it around, that's a white person talking about why black people are so the way they are.
Insane outrage. I mean, there's been outrage, but it's just, to me, like, I literally, in my notes, I was like, what was this all for nothing? Because how is he getting fucking love from the Jewish community?
Yeah.
Like, it's just...
Well, I mean, and that was because of his apology, I think, at least the day after. Because he did apologize.
Was it video or something?
No, he apologized to tweets.
No, but within his apology...
Oh, okay.
He says... because of the clip and because it was announced that he got fired.
Oh, like he said he had been reaching out, or he had heard from rabbis that had been supporting him and teaching him and stuff like that.
Yeah. And then his partner for like the last 3 decades, who's Jewish, they're gonna continue to work on combining the communities, because even 444, that's Jay-Z was talking about that shit too.
I get it. I just think I don't
know. I mean, I'm not excusing it.
Yeah, I don't totally buy that all these Jewish people have been reaching out to him, like rabbis and stuff, had just been reaching out and trying to talk to him. I don't necessarily believe
like
that.
Over-exaggeration?
I think he just did the cleanup really well.
No. That entire fucking essay that he wrote was a cleanup. It was like a college essay cleanup.
Yeah. No, it was. It was done very, very professional.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, he went overboard with what he was saying, because that pretty much can be taken as racist speech. Because if you turn that around and that's a white person describing black people, and just because they're from Africa and the sun makes their skin melanated, that's the reason they act a certain way, now you're going way too far. Because saying, okay, they come from the Caucasus Mountains and they're so far away from the sun, and that's why they act this way, because they're so used to being in caves, like, that's just wild racist shit.
That is,
that's fucking
like,
racist.
I wish I had the time. I really wanted to get into it before the episode.
What?
I really wish the episode that he did.
Oh, just that whole episode. But
That
that's
whole
like
episode.
long. But just that clip, because I'm sure that the whole thing wasn't about that.
No, but just like, not just the clip, but like the context of it, because I feel like that could have been taken. I mean, what he said was crazy. But I feel like there was, because he said it, he was like, that was just a small part of what I was trying to talk about. Yeah.
That's it. I do, though, appreciate the other people that stood up for him at the same time. Like Diddy was saying, bring the show over to the Revolt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we'd love to have you.
We got nothing but love for you, yeah.
Yeah, black owned,
black
operated. Perfect place to have a show like Wild Now. Obviously, you'll lose a lot of sponsorship money and viewers and ratings because it's not the easiest channel to find. But you'd be part of the process of for us, by us.
The only way we can change the narrative, educate, and uplift each other is if we do it together. And then that's when he was like, you know, come home to Revolt TV, which is truly black owned. Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
Which actually might be a better home for Wildin' Out.
It would. I'm just saying it's going to lose a lot of popularity.
It would, but I feel like it would be better because, not for nothing, MTV is not even... They got to change the fucking name. It hasn't been music television in a long time.
Yeah, at this point, the M does not stand for music.
WTV? I would take that. White people TV?
At this point, it's just TV.
White TV?
It's just TV. It's entertainment TV. It's reality show TV.
That
and
the
VH1,
they
become the same shit.
Not that I can think of. That was the only really black show on TV. MTV.
On MTV, yeah. Unless they were playing reruns of Love and Hip Hop, because now they'll just play them on VH1 too. That's another station that also used to be just music.
Oh yeah, I remember that. No, but see, MTV
VH1 was Video Hits 1.
MTV plays Love and Hip Hop. Are they the same?
MTV 2.
Oh, MTV 2.
Which is
a
different one, even though it's still different.
It's like slightly different. Yeah. But I don't know if VH1 is Viacom.
VH1 is Viacom.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah. I didn't even
VH1,
know that.
BET, MTV, they're all under Viacom. So Viacom definitely took that off.
And then he still has his job with Fox, right? You were telling me
apparently,
earlier.
yeah. Fox is under a different corporation than CBS. Yeah. So they're looking to still keep him. At least that's what I saw. They're going to keep him on for Masked Singer. But I think that's because that happened after he apologized. If he hadn't apologized, he probably would have lost that job too.
Because my thing is, would he, after those comments, I feel like, I don't know when this episode aired, but how long did it take for Viacom to fire him?
I think it was swept under the rug. He said it and no one caught it until somebody did some digging and then posted it. Because that's what happened.
Really?
He didn't just say it and then it came out the next day.
Oh,
like I've seen that clip before. Like that had been mentioned before and it came around.
So it wasn't like...
I don't think it was that recent.
Because they're saying it's recent.
Well, that's why I wanted to double check, because I could have swore I seen him talk that shit before.
All right. Oh, well, I'm not going to check now.
But it could have been with a different guest as well.
True.
So, point is, though, you can't even be mad at him for being called out on that, because that's what we've been doing with everybody else. We've been seeing shit, we call it out, and then we ask for cancellation. So when it happens to one of ours, like, how are we really going to be mad? He said some shit that was taken the wrong way and could get him fired.
Wild, yeah.
When your bosses are probably Jewish dudes and you talking shit like that, how you not gonna get fired?
Yeah, you're right.
It's simple
I'm
as
surprised,
that.
but I mean, him and his partner, I guess, seem to be fine.
Yeah, they seem to be fine because probably he knows what it is with Nick. He knows what
yeah,
because
because he even said it. He was like, my partner for the last 3 decades, blah, blah, blah. He always tells me when to, I know. He always tells me. No, that was like there's a lot of extra shit.
That was like, my friend is black.
He also mentioned being invited to Israel, too. Yeah. And then he goes, my partner, blah, blah, blah. He always tells me, like, okay, you're talking too much. Yeah. And I feel like that. And I, when I read that, I'm like, okay, so this is the instant. Like, you needed him in that room to be like, you're talking too much. Or in the editing room, like, you know what, you should probably chop this out because this is way too much.
Yeah, and they did not.
No.
They did not at all.
No.
But that's like him saying, like, oh, yeah, my best friend is black.
In that sense, yeah. It was pretty much that, yeah.
My best friend is Jewish. How could I be on that?
It was within this whole, like, paragraph of the essay where he talks about getting Jewish love and his partner and everything.
That's the standard now. When you get caught into some hot water, you got to send that message immediately and just fix anything. Because at this point, yeah, if it was just Nick Cannon having to stand alone, I feel like he could. But Nick Cannon is like responsible for so many other people's livelihoods.
Yeah.
So he's got to think about that. Yeah. I think that's what makes it tough for anybody to really stand up for themselves and stand up against the system is 1000%. Because you have to worry about everybody else you care for. Yeah. And that's what makes it tough, especially if you got kids. You got to worry about their well-being.
Yeah.
So if you're taking yourself out of a job for speaking your truth, yeah, we commend you, but you may not have a fucking job and you can't rely on anybody else to help you get that check.
Yeah, because that was a huge check for him. I mean,
absolutely.
Nick Cannon has several incomes, I feel
Yeah,
like.
absolutely.
So
but how is this? Will this affect his other ones?
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of surprised that Fox didn't drop him.
Like he's got stock
because
in
Fox is fucking up there, but I also feel like Fox is a little anti-Semitic anyway.
Yeah, but I also feel like he's also has stock in.
Everything.
He's got stock in Nickelodeon, which I think is also owned by Viacom. I could be wrong about that,
I'll check.
but that sounds about right. So you got to see like, do the board of directors of Nickelodeon get rid of him? Do they fire him or whatever his position was? Do they take away because he's got like executive producer credits. He's does a lot of shit over Nickelodeon. So it's kind of interesting to see how much of this is going to get taken away.
We'll see how it unravels.
Yeah.
All right, let me see if it's Viacom right now. Yes, it is.
Okay, so Nickelodeon also owned by Viacom, and he's got a lot of stock in there. He's big deal over there. He's one of the reasons why Nickelodeon was so fucking dope back in the day.
Yeah, he's been with Viacom for his entire fucking life.
Yeah.
So my thing is, I mean, 2005 when he did, there was no real like black owned TV stations, whatever. Like it's considering like Revolt, right? Yeah. But at some point, with all that time spent, and you're talking about backdoor bullying and the racist shit and this and that, at what point do you decide to walk away? Unless this is your reasoning, unless you wanted to make it a skeptical thing and be like, oh, I'm making a scene, like this is gonna be out there eventually, I'm gonna get fired, okay, I'm gonna get sympathy. Do you think maybe that could be it too? Like I could kind of see,
I can see that too.
A scenario like that could possibly work.
I can see it too. I just feel like he needed to make that apology because he finally thought like, I think he calmed himself down.
Well, not just the apology itself, but because I just feel like if you've been dealing with these people for so long and the way they mistreat people, at what point are you done with it? Because I remember people were just like, oh, Nick's a coon in a sense.
Obviously it didn't matter to him until all this other stuff started happening, but that's how it's been with a lot of people. Like, look, there's a white dude voicing an Indian character on a famous cartoon show for the past 20 years.
Which one?
The dude that plays Apu, Hank Azaria. There's the guy that plays Cleveland, also 20 years on Family Guy.
Is he white?
He's white.
No. The Simpsons. Because he does like several different voices. He does
several ones, but you
I'm
look
just
at him,
saying,
he's a white dude. He could pass for Spanish, I guess. He could. But at the same time, he was doing an Indian character. Yeah. Regardless.
He, in Birdcage, he played a very good Spanish gay guy.
Then he probably was. So
that's why it's super convincing. And then just looking at him, I'm like...
But he's also good at his impressions, so he probably did. And his last name's Azaria, so...
Yeah, who knows?
You never know. But the point being, people didn't start standing up for this type of shit until this other stuff started happening. Yeah. So, maybe that's when you get to that point where you want to speak up and say something because you don't want to look like a true-ass coon. Yeah. Because anytime he was called that before, he wasn't really. No. He just was.
But it was kind of one of those things where you just bypass it compared to something that actually happened this past week at work. I wasn't there for it. Sundays is like our new date night. Well, before football season, if it comes back. Sundays is our new date night, and we went to the spot that's right next to my job, and we had stopped in to say hi to Joy and like take some shots. And she just seemed so like I walked out. I was like, "Where the fuck is she?" I walked right past her, didn't realize. She tells me how one of the guys there, who's a regular, made some crazy ass comments about the Black Lives Matter and a whole bunch of other shit. I don't remember like specifically, but there was also a table with an African, like from Africa couple, who got upset and left. And they're like, listen, like they went to Remy and Joy, and they're like, listen, like we love it here, like we love you guys. We threw you some extra money because we were planning on staying longer. We'll be back. We just don't want to be around him anymore. Mind you, there is a cop that comes by frequently who is this old black lady. She's not old. Yeah, she could be like 40, 50. Yeah. And she is damn near the definition of coon, I think. You think she's so? Close enough. Oh, she backed him up.
Oh, that's
didn't
nasty.
Understand the reason why. Like, she's just like, oh, well, he has a point. Or something like that in that regard, And that, I think, and Joy says, she was like, that upset me more than the actual comment kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
That she was just like, and this fucking I won't say her name. She's like, this fucking bitch, blah, blah, blah. And I can kind of see it. And I was just telling George today, I'm like, I feel like she's afraid of me because I can see it. She'll just like, no, I'm good. Because she's just one of those, like, oh, I'm a cop. And, like, she does one of those things. Like, I'm just like, all right, whatever, bitch. What do you want? You're Stella? Fine. And
Stella, bitch.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't really want to have a conversation with you because I can see it. It's small town ignorance kind of thing.
Yeah.
I can see it, and I just feel like she lived in a white town her whole life. She's a cop in a white town.
Yeah, you ignorant.
For most of her time, and she just kind of abides by them.
You didn't live the black experience.
I don't think so.
I don't think she did.
She possibly could have. I don't know her life story, but I met one of the guys. He's like a regular that comes by every couple of months. He was telling. He's like, oh yeah, she married my cousin, and it's so I'm like, okay, so like it confirmed it for me. I'm like,
right.
Oh, you got a white husband? Okay, that makes sense.
Kind of makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, but like, because we were talking about like Nick being a coon. It kind of reminded me of that, and I'm just like, bro, like why are you not? You see this black couple there, you see Joy, and you as a black woman, you couldn't stand up against that.
Yeah.
Knowing damn well what the fuck's going on.
It goes to show you not everybody's for the cause.
No.
So, all right. So, final thoughts on Nick Cannon shit. Do you think he'll get out of this safely? Do you think he's gonna be fired some more? You think after he apologized that he's good? What do you think?
I think this will. I'm kind of standing behind my theory of he kind of not that he did this on purpose, but he was looking for a way out, and this was a way out.
Yeah.
I can see him going to Revolt or even starting his own channel, his own TV type of thing, just because it's Nick Cannon. He's like always like, oh, I got a new thing going on. So
I think first and foremost, Nick Cannon is a businessman.
Wallenette will be back. I know for sure.
I think he's a smart businessman, and I think he did the right thing as far as his business is concerned.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As I understand and I respect someone that wants to stand up, and I give him the credit for standing up and apologizing because that's doing a lot more than the people who don't say shit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you got to think about the rest of the people that rely on you.
Yeah.
And sometimes that means having to do shit like apologizing for your remarks when you were just trying to speak your truth.
Yeah.
I get it.
So moving on, we're gonna go from outrage to outrage. So Washington Redskins.
Oh, I was gonna get to that one, but that's a good one too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Washington Redskins released the owner. I forgot to write down his name.
Released.
Yeah, the owner. No, I'm saying the owner, but I can't remember his name. The owner released a press
Dan
release.
Snyder?
Yeah. That they'll be changing their names.
About fucking time.
Redskins for 87 years.
Can we get an applause for that?
Been Redskins for 87 years. The press release says that they are working on a new name. Nothing's come up, but of course, there's always going to be rumors. Red Wolves is the potential name. It's been reported. I seen with one of the players, they showed a picture like, all right, what do you guys think about this? And it was like him in uniform, like on the field. Then you slide, and the next picture, same uniform, but it's with the wolf.
With the wolf instead.
Yeah, and then this is the Red Wolves.
I think Washington Warriors would probably be the best one.
Washington Warriors is actually pretty good.
That sounds really dope.
Yeah, well, Red Wolves, people are suspecting that because a man in Virginia, a 61-year-old man, Michael McSomething, I forgot his last name. Well, I didn't think it was relevant until I realized, like, I saw the tweet. I didn't know it was the same guy, and I couldn't find the article again. I'm
just picturing in my head he's just a white dude.
No, he's
Michael McSomething.
Michael McSomething. Yeah, he had a little tint of red in too.
Michael McSomething.
He trademarked a bunch of names, and
that's right, you did say that
shit.
Shit.
Yeah, so let me see real quick.
Shout out to him. Fucking smart motherfucker. Smart motherfucker.
So I guess Washington Time reported that a name won't be unveiled because the team's preferred replacement is involved in a trademark fight, which is with the Michael Mick whatever.
Michael Mick.
Because he had put up, and I forgot how many names. Fuck, it's like 40 something names I think that between 40 and 45 that he trademarked that are like would be specific for the new the Redskins.
I'm sorry,
name.
but that's a smart motherfucker right there, man.
Oh, for sure.
Because and you know what? It's even makes the Redskins organization look even more stupid because you motherfuckers should have had this plan put in place. You should have had names trademarked ready to go. This has been a complaint on not only football fans but just regular people for years that y'all should have changed this fucking name.
Yeah.
Everybody in every other sport has been progressive. My own fucking high school used to be the fucking Redskins. My old high school, and the year before I graduated, 2003, they changed it to the Red Hawks for that specific reason. And my town, it's got a bunch of Indian names all over. Whippany, Hiawatha, Parsippany,
right.
the whole thing. The fucking middle school right next to it, there is a cemetery that has a bunch of Native Americans buried in there.
Oh no, Hackensack, the logo for Hackensack is Indian man. Well, because Hackensack has its own fucking
right,
story.
and so I'm saying it's like a lot of these places still have that culture in it, but we don't show them any particular love other than just keep the name.
Yeah, or like a logo here and there, like our YMCA has a logo at the bottom of the pool or somewhere in it. Yeah.
Right.
Or some pool that
nasty
I've been
shit.
to.
And again, there's another instance of the only reason you fucking doing anything is because of what's happening now.
Oh yeah, 1000%. So, and also, Red Wolves would be conflicted. Like, so there's Arkansas State Red Wolves and then Chattanooga Red Wolves. So.
Right, which is in a different state though, but those aren't even.
They're not
teams.
major. So that's right, because they mentioned it. But I really do think it's because this guy who also trademarked it too. So I don't know. To me, it doesn't really reflect with the college teams.
Well, they're going to pay this man, McMichael, whatever the hell his name is. They're going to pay this man.
Michael something.
Michael something. We'll keep it like that. All right, moving on from that.
Wait.
You got something else?
Did you see about the polls though?
The polls on picking a name?
Yeah.
No, what do they got? So
there was conflict in polls. So 2016, there was a poll that said that, and also reflected in 2004, that Washington posted with like 500 Native Americans that self-identified as Native Americans, that 90% of them did not care about the Redskins name. It didn't bother them. But what?
Why do you think that is?
Who knows? That to me, like, mind you, I didn't even think about looking up a poll. Didn't even think about this until somebody at the bar was like 90%, blah blah blah, and he was talking about how he's a leftist and everything. He's telling me all this, and I was just like, yeah. I was like, wait, there's a poll? Get the fuck out! And I found it, but I also found that a college, Berkeley, whatever, the university in California, did a poll in February about it. So right before this whole movement.
Okay.
So, because I thought it was sparked because of the movement, which because sponsors, the reason why Redskins is getting so much pressure is from sponsors and activists, but they've been getting pressure for years. That it was 49% agreed that it was offensive, and 67%, mind you, they polled over 1,000 people.
Okay, I was wondering, yeah.
So 49% found it offensive, and then 67% said that they frequently engage in tribal practices. So not only do they self-identify, but they're literally still of that, and they did it across the country.
They still follow tradition.
Which Washington Post, I don't think they technically said what area. They just said they talked to 500 Native Americans.
Now, related to that, I don't know if you heard, and I was going to grab the story, but I don't have it. But did you hear about reparations finally being given to Native Americans? Right now, half of Oklahoma is now owned, but is now Native American territory.
Well, technically, Oklahoma was the last piece, that was the last state, and it was taken from them.
Yeah, and the crazy part about it is, technically, they wouldn't have to follow state laws. Mm-hmm. They would have to follow federal, I believe. They still got to follow federal laws, but things like
they wouldn't have to
things like speeding tickets, parking tickets, like they wouldn't have to go through that. Like they have their own police system.
Yeah, when I was telling this guy before, when he was telling me about the polls, I'm like, they have their own community.
Yeah.
So when I was driving along Route 66, the first time I went to Arizona, we did that shit, and we ended up driving through a reservation. The first thing we fucking come across is their jail that they have.
Wow.
10 minutes after the jail, and shit was fucking huge. And then, the prison, more like it. Prison. And then 10 minutes after that, or maybe even less, we hit the town itself. As we're driving through it, it did give me some creepy vibes. It was a little creepy, and the way they just kind of
vibes.
Yeah, a little bit, and the way they just kind of stared at us. And my friend was like, "Oh, that she wanted something." Cause we ran through like our drinks and snacks. She wanted to stop by the store, and she was like, "We haven't seen a town in like a half hour." I'm like, I don't want to stop.
Oh, so it was just like road?
It's just road. Yeah, no,
Oh.
we were driving through Arizona, so we're driving through the desert and shit. I'm like, I'm okay with waiting. I am solid on waiting.
got bad
I do not
vibes,
want
yeah.
to stop
I
here.
probably feel the same way.
But we stopped. She went to the store. I stayed in the car, like just like I want to smoke
Watching
a cigarette, but I don't want to step out and smoke a cigarette. Like I'm good. I can wait. And she got back. She was like, they're fucking. Like, they're amazing. She started talking to a couple of them. She was like, they're actually really nice. She's like, I'm assuming they're just staring at us because it's like, who the fuck are you? Like, why are you out here?
Yeah.
And on top of it, Arizona doesn't have a lot of, like, Spanish people outside of Mexicans.
Okay.
So we were getting stared at no matter what. Well, especially that area. But they were like, what are you?
You guys didn't look like Mexicans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, what are you? But they, but yeah, no, she was like, no, they're actually like really nice. They're probably just staring at us because they don't get a lot of outsiders.
Yeah.
Especially reservation. A lot of people just don't even go through it.
Right.
So it was one of those things where we just end up U-turning out of it. Yeah.
Oh, word. All right. Yeah. So I'm gonna definitely hear more about that because that's gonna change a lot of what's going on in this country if they do get more land. So
Yeah,
we'll see where that can go because there's a lot that could happen, especially money making opportunities. Because I believe I heard somewhere else that there is a Tesla factory in Oklahoma, and it's on the land that is now owned by Native Americans. So if they were smart, what they could do is they could work out a situation where they could get paid and they could get part ownership of that. Like there's a way for that to happen because it's technically their land now.
Yeah.
So they could hit up Elon and be like, hey, we're gonna need a little bit of payment,
Yeah.
or you might have to move your shit.
Yeah, I can see that.
So that could definitely
It'll
happen.
probably
So,
be better if he just pays
well, more on that as it
instead
develops.
of rooting. Yeah.
I got some more music industry shit. So I haven't.
Back to music.
I didn't send this to you, but this is coming from from Billboard. But
Yeah.
Billboard is changing ticket bundling rules for album charts.
Yeah, I saved that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna
so-
get to that, yeah.
Quote, forced album plus ticket bundles will no longer count. Instead, what's going to happen now is opt-in bundles will count, where the user can request to add the album to a ticket purchase. So change the ticket thing to like merch. Let's just say you your favorite rapper just dropped an album, and they now have their merch store set up, and they have to have this because motherfuckers ain't touring right now. So what they would have before is, hey, you buy a shirt for $25, that comes with an extra copy of the album that you get for free just for buying a t-shirt, and that would count as an album sale, when in reality all you wanted was either a ticket to the show or a motherfucking shirt or a hoodie.
Yeah.
That was making motherfuckers so much more money in album sales, and people just got tired of it because the ones that weren't doing it were complaining.
Yeah.
The ones that were actually doing it were just getting by on some slick shit under the table, like loophole type shit.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you, man, this is they're going in the right direction.
No,
I believe this is something that should have been done a long time ago.
I mean, we didn't really see anything about it, like, wrong about it when, like, Jay-Z was doing the whole, like, Sprint or whatever else that he was doing with the button. It was not even really.
He didn't even need to. Yeah, when everybody that get a Sprint phone would get a free copy of his fucking album.
Yeah,
on
so it's
top
kind
of
of
it.
like that. Like, it is that.
It's
it is
bundle
that.
deals, yeah.
But we didn't see anything wrong about it. It's like, oh, that's actually pretty smart. But as it progressed and as the years
got
went
nastier.
by, like Nicki went fucking crazy with that.
DJ Khaled, every time you bought
Travis
this
Scott
specific energy
went-
drink, you get a
Oh,
free download of his
yeah,
album.
I remember that one.
That
yeah.
shit was whack. I'm
Yeah.
paying a $5 energy drink, and then I'm getting your album, and that's counting as an album sale for you?
That's pretty bad, actually.
Like, my nigga, I just wanted to get an energy drink. I wasn't trying to listen to your shit, no offense.
Yeah. That's pretty
And,
bad.
you know, that would happen, and then people were complaining about those bundle deals not working, and then you had a situation last year where Khaled didn't get that #1
Yeah.
album because of Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yeah.
you know, and there was a big situation with that, and that turned into a whole thing for Khaled.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was ugly, but I think this is a great fucking thing. And details would be coming soon when this came out, but the effective for all tours, the effective date would be October 2nd, 2020 going forward. So after October 2nd, no longer will these ticket bundles count. So it's still happening now for a couple more months.
Yeah, I wonder if people are going to really... Well, I mean, they probably did that because there's been so many plans. Like, they have to account for any plans that they could be breaking.
Yeah.
So, and then backlash from like, well, I made this deal, blah, 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 and you owe me money from this deal, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
By
Absolutely.
October, it should be fine.
Absolutely.
Makes sense.
I will move off of that.
All right, so...
What you got?
We are at 2:17. We still have at least like 3 topics, and then if you don't know, I say I'm gonna do a quick fire real quick. Meg got shot. Tory got arrested. We'll get back to that next week.
Meg got shot in the foot.
Done.
Did Tory shoot it? Was Tory trying to act out his 5'3" ass? Was he trying to act out in the car and then pull his gun out?
I don't understand why people were surprised that he was so skinny and so short, because you can clearly see it. We're not really getting into this. We can get into next week.
I thought he was like 5'8". I thought he was like a little bit shorter than me. This
5'8"?
dude was 5'3". I had
5'8"?
no idea. I've never seen him in person. I've never seen him in person
either, but I've seen him next to people.
That much. Like, what's up?
Just looks. I've seen him next to other people.
I've seen him next to other people. I know Meg's taller than him.
Yeah,
I know Meg can fucking pick him up and shit.
Cradle
like
his
that.
ass. Too?
Cradle his ass. Yeah.
Just be like,
He straddles her.
here you go. Here, my little baby.
But I saw that video of her with her hands up coming out of the car, walking backwards. That shit looked.
Well, I mean, if
and she was limping.
Yeah, because you kind of see the tracks of blood too,
Yeah.
and I'm like, and in that moment though, I thought about it. I'm like, yo, she's probably terrified because she got shot in the foot,
Yeah.
and now there's these cops and all these lights. I honestly, at this time, I get afraid if I pass a cop, and I'm just like, every time I pass a cop, I'm like, oh my god, please. I lower the music.
Yeah, everything.
Like just last night, I lowered the music. I'm like, please don't.
PTSD.
Please don't.
Every time I pass one on the road, I fear for my life.
Yeah, it's
just how it is.
PTSD at this point that most of us, like, we've dealt with it, but nothing crazy. And everything that's going on in the news with the cops, I'm sure that's why she did it. But fucking, so yeah, that happened, whatever, done. If there's anything more, we'll get to it.
I got another quick fire one.
What?
Migos. Did you hear about them?
I was going to get to Wayfair. You want to save Migos for next year? I mean, for next year. Next episode?
Next episode? Sure.
All right. Yeah, because that just happened today.
Yeah.
So, Migos, next week. Wayfair, you guys are fucking disgusting. If you did do it. If you didn't do it.
And Amazon, apparently, too.
You're expensive. I saw eBay. I didn't see Amazon. But it makes sense because these are people that they're essentially middleman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's insane.
So, the Wayfair conspiracy, if you don't know, it's that the company Wayfair is possibly selling trafficked children in armoires off its website.
And pillows, too.
Pillows, shower curtains.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking dresser. Mm-hmm. It's called a storage cabinet, and it's from a company called WFX Utility. Mm-hmm. Now, on the Wayfair site, you see different pictures, different angles of the same dresser. They're all different prices. Way too expensive for a fucking dresser, an armoire. $9,199.99 is what I'm seeing here. Original price was $10,600 something. Free shipping, by the way, of course.
Yeah.
And the craziest part about this is that on each of these similar looking dressers and armoires, you're seeing a name. Like the page I have right now is just the A's. You have an Azaria storage cabinet. You have an Annabelle storage cabinet. You have an Allison 5-shelf storage cabinet.
And it's these same names. So it was a conspiracy group. It's QA. Like capital Q and capital A and then NON. So I don't know if it's like Q and A. No, I don't know, but I don't know how to say this.
But there are names of people that have been missing.
No, but that's where the conspiracy came from. It's a conspiracy group who also, it's reported that they've also made several false accusations about child trafficking against Democrats, celebrities, businesses, etc. And then from there, because they tied it back to this conspiracy group. From there, it went to a Reddit conspiracy. I guess how Reddit, I don't know how Reddit works, but like the different categories, they have a conspiracy section, and then it grew there, and then went to Twitter, and now celebs are doing it and everything, and that's how it's been building. And yeah, it's connecting with people that have been missing. So I saved a bunch of the tweets too for our video portion, but I probably won't do it.
It gets even sicker when you realize that Wayfair has been the company that's been supplying the beds to these ICE detention centers.
Yeah.
And then you hear the stories about more than 500 children that are missing from these detention centers.
Yeah.
There's no trace. There's no surveillance evidence.
No, and they also had an employee who they pulled it up. Somebody pulls it up on Twitter, where it's an arrest thing. I'm trying to think, arrest record, whatever. I'm just gonna say that, where you see his mugshot and he's wearing a Wayfair shirt and he's arrested for child trafficking, which is insane.
And then even deeper, I think someone went so far as to just get the name if you put Wayfair together.
Oh yeah.
So you have that. I believe it's
Sorry.
if you break the word down, waif, WAIF.
Did you save it? I don't think I have it.
No, but I will pull it up right now in the dictionary app because it was very interesting when I read that. Now, obviously, this is just adding to the whole thing. But if you break down wayfare, first word WAIF, waif. Noun, a person, especially a child who has no home or friends. Waif. Now, the second word, fare, FARE.
Yeah.
Even though it's spelled. Noun, the price of conveyance or passage in a bus, train, airplane, or other vehicle.
Yeah.
Now, when you put those words together, wayfare, obviously they spell it different, but that just adds to like how sick this thing could be. And again, like Sade said before, these are third-party companies that are doing the moving, so it's quite possible.
Yeah.
The conspiracy is that they've been working together with whoever it is that's doing this child trafficking, and they're shipping people all over the place under the disguise of fucking furniture, superly overpriced furniture.
Damn, I can't find
Like shit's wild.
Yeah,
Shit's fucking wild. Like, and then you start to realize, like, man, is Amazon behind this? Is eBay behind this? How many other companies know about what's going on? And it just adds to all the other conspiracy theories, like when it comes to pedophiles, when it comes to Pizzagate, when it comes to MK Ultra, all this other bullshit, all this other stuff. It just gets sicker and sicker as we go by. And when we're in quarantine, you can't do nothing but research this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking wild, man. So
No,
hopefully we'll find out more about that.
we'll get to it.
What else you got? Shit,
That's what I was gonna say.
We should have
Meg
started
got
with
thing.
that.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna be like. All right, Meg got shot. Tori got arrested. Wayfair, you're disgusting.
Okay.
Now Jada. That's what I was gonna do.
All right, we were mad as fuck last week that we couldn't get through the Jada shit. We saw it before we started recording today. 13 minutes long. What did you pick up? What was the main thing you picked up on?
Lies. No. That whole thing was staged. Before I got to see it when I was out with lunch with Joy said it, like, she's like, cause she said, I've watched all the Red Table episodes. She's like, and then she told me which ones to go back to, but it wasn't enough time before we were recording this. She was like, the Father's Day one, and then there's another episode that he was on. You see the way that they communicate. You see, their chemistry and, all this and that. But you also kind of see how they've been together for so long. Those little things where it's like those little ticks. I can't explain it.
They're both actors. Like
no, not just that. But I'm saying the way they kind of correct each other, and
not to mention it was edited as fuck.
Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. I'm talking about like in the grand scheme of things.
Yes.
Because I never seen anything. I've never seen a Red Table. I've never really seen them together like that. Joy had seen it. She was like, so comparing that to that last episode, that fucking just short ass shit they're doing. She's like, she didn't even bring up the fact that they're actors. She's like, but you can just see it where Will's like, entanglement? No, relationship. Like, let's be real. But you see the way like they would just pause and then start talking, and like everything was staged. And my thing is, I do think that they've talked about this 1,000 times before.
Yeah.
They've worked through it, quote, worked
They've definitely argued and yelled at each other about this already.
Oh, 1,000%. I think we were all waiting for like this insane shit, but like you said, they are actors. Will is a household name.
He's got an image to uphold.
Yeah. But you kind of see it in his face. He's like, you're bullshitting. Because she was definitely fucking bullshitting.
He was hurt, man. He was hurt.
Just Og.
Yeah.
Og. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Calling this motherfucker the nickname while he's banging your wife. Like, and, they cleaned up the whole Will Give Me Permission thing quite nicely.
Yeah, no, they did.
They said, the whole narrative of Will Gave Permission was really all nice. Because, like, the perception of it was that because they were separated, that it was okay for August to mess around because they were separated, so there wouldn't be any bad blood. Yeah. So not really, but I see how you cleaned it up.
No, definitely cleaned that shit up. And then fucking
Jada is just evil, man. Like, you can't tell me that's not predatory behavior.
No, you can see it. I think. So you say predatory? Do you think she took advantage?
I think she took advantage.
Do you see that scenario as taking advantage?
The way they explained it, yes, because you bring in a young man in his 20s who's obviously unstable, has had addiction issues, has lost family members, feels like he's got nobody to talk to. They mentioned that, they acknowledged the fact that he looked broken. Yeah. You take him in, You hang out with them, you know, give them some mentoring advice, and then one day, for whatever reason, y'all fuck, and then it continues, and then you end up having a relationship with the guy, and then it comes out that, oh, hey, I love you. Oh, you know what? I don't really love you like that. I'm gonna stay with my husband.
Yeah.
That's gonna fuck up somebody. So she took advantage.
For sure.
Absolutely, she took advantage.
No, she took advantage. He definitely fell for her, and because he fell for.
He really thought he was gonna be able to get that.
Joy's gonna laugh. He fell for his mentor, and somebody who was molding him. He fell for his mentor, somebody like that he saw in that stature.
Yeah, he saw his mentor.
You know,
absolutely, yeah.
and somebody who's grooming him and literally grooming him and laying it down, and he was piping down all that shit. And also, they were probably having these like deep ass talks. He's probably having these deep ass talks and shit like that. So I can see stop making me laugh. I can see where he was. I mean, I can see how it is taking advantage 1,000%, because she's just like, no, like she used him and dropped him pretty much 1,000%. She used him and dropped him. I just see it as like, I mean, it's
an unfortunate situation, man, for real. Like
it is.
It's tough, man, and she's not getting the backlash. Again, she fucking cleaned it up. I think that's what this whole episode's been about. Just the cleanup.
The cleanup.
Everybody's just good at cleaning up nowadays.
The cleanup, this episode.
You gotta have a good cleanup team behind you.
Oh, 1,000%. So it's just the cleanup. That's gonna be the episode name. It's just unfortunate because he got some backlash and then like went on Twitter and like, yeah, I don't know shit kind of thing, and it's just unfortunate to see like that unravel, and him, even if he is stable now, just thinking all that time I spent is just for nothing. She just wanted me for that because she wasn't getting from Will, which I don't think Will is perfect. That man probably got a mandingo and was probably slinging that shit all around town. Probably. And I think that's the double standard, because I found this on Facebook. He's like, I'm sorry, but if a married 44-year-old Will Smith gradually developed a sexual relationship with one of Willow's 23-year-old friends under the guise of helping her heal, every single female on my thread would be dragging him through the mud as a sick man who manipulated and exploited a young girl who was half his age. He would have been labeled as a predator, and all sorts of conversations about the problem with prominent men in positions of power who use their status to take advantage of helpless young girls would ensue. But with Jada, it's all jokes and support of her finding her happiness, which 1,000%. And it's funny because I shared this, and then shout out to Danny Ray, fucking I was gonna say our favorite. I love you, girl. I'm going to be tuning in, I promise. I'm sorry, I've been horrible. But check out the Danny Ray show. But Danny like comments, and she's like, they're not ready for this, sis. They're not ready to have this conversation kind of thing.
No, they're not ready.
No, double standards, they're never going to be fucking right. Because this is the other side of double standards. You want to get mad about, which as a woman, I understand, but you have to see both sides of the coin. You can't get mad about, I mean, we can get into like the fucking pay difference. You want to get mad about that. You want to get mad about, you know, like as growing up as a young girl and your father, you know, the way young boys are treated, the way young girls are treated.
Yeah.
And then in this type of situation, when the other side, it's like, nah, fam, you can't congratulate Jada for getting her fucking pipes cleaned out and then just... No, because if it was Will, it'd be like this horrendous fucking thing. No matter, I don't give a fuck if it's Jada or Will. It's still horrendous. It's still fucked up.
We can't act like women can't be predators too.
Yeah,
there's women out here taking advantage of young dudes.
Oh, 1,000%.
They know it. They know what they can get out of these young dudes. They know the young dudes just want to hit, and sometimes young dudes may be like in August's position where they just be damaged, you know, mentally unstable young men. Yeah,
because my thing is, I don't think... And I think that's why people don't want to believe it or don't want to consider that, because they think Jada's beautiful, Jada's powerful, she can have anybody she wants in that case, but she didn't go for anybody. Anybody that willingly she can have. She went all fucking out for a young kid who happened to be moving in, and it was right there. It was convenient.
Oh, it was very convenient.
Very convenient. How
Lot
can I
easier
get
to do it that
caught?
way.
How could I get caught
Yeah.
doing this if I'm
gonna
helping
tell?
this man heal and also fucking him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she mentioned also that she hadn't spoken to him in a while. She didn't say how long.
No.
But that's enough to make someone who probably got rejected by you want to speak out. And especially if they got an album coming out
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to promote it. Because that's what it seemed like before. And we said that last week. Like, I would have respected this a lot more if he would have just said this at a time where he wasn't trying to push something.
Yeah. No,
Like,
1,000%.
that lets us know that, all right, you know what? You actually are hurt. Like, you just want people to hear you out.
Mhm.
But the fact that you had a 20-something song album coming out
Yeah.
right afterwards, just like, all right, this party rollout, bro. Like, we get it.
Yeah.
And now, because of that, you just forced this couple to come on Facebook. You made Will look like a motherfucking...
Yeah. And like, it's not, and not that I don't have sympathy for Will. I kind of do, kind of don't. And like,
Oh, you have to.
Yeah, like
You have
I
to.
do, but at the same time, it's like, Will's never been
Regardless.
caught.
Regardless if Will smashed every co-star he's ever had behind Jada's back or in front of Jada, regardless.
But I honestly don't think he would. Not that I know him as a person, and not that, yes, he's a household name, but I don't think he would go to that extent that she went.
No, because I was talking about it before with a couple of my friends over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Who's not to say that Will, you spend 2-3 months shooting movies
Yeah.
and you have a hot co-star and you're in like remote location.
Mm-hmm.
You're the only person you're seeing and you're away from your family. Who's to say he's not going to cheat a little bit? But it's the cheating in a sense of like, all right, we both have a life. You know my life.
Yeah.
You know that I'm not going to leave you. I'm going back home to my wife and kids.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a little job
And
we
if
have
they
right
were
now.
that open relationship, then
It would be
perfectly
okay.
fine.
Then maybe they worked it out behind
Yeah.
the scenes. You're right, where it's like, hey, this is just how I live. We can be fine. I'm never going to leave you, blah, blah,
Mhm.
blah.
Yeah.
Okay, granted, if we knew that story and that was okay, then maybe. If he was just cheating and he did it, okay. But the thing
I
remains.
don't think he was having. From my perspective, I don't think he was having full-on relationships, and then unless he
Right.
did,
So he was just having little flings while he was working.
yeah,
So granted, yes, but none of those people were going to come out and say, oh, he did this with me and fucking ruin the home.
yeah, because fucking entanglement, like he said, that's a relationship. He was like entanglement. It was a relationship.
Right, yo. When he corrected our entanglement, that's when I knew, like,
I'm just happy they didn't edit that out. You
that
could
was the
tell,
only real part.
Yeah, that was real. Yeah, because you can tell he probably was saying certain things, and she could have just looked over like, we're gonna edit that out.
Also, when he was saying that, I'm gonna get you back.
Yeah,
That was really interesting.
And
too.
then I was thinking about that, and she's like, "Oh, you already gotten me back." So my theory is what I had said before off air. Like after we watched it, like okay, so that probably means like he's been having his flings, and maybe this was her way of, oh, you want to fuck around when you're out on these movie sets because. Not for nothing, Jada's been out of business for a long time.
Yeah.
And Will's been fucking hot for a long time.
Yeah.
So you want to go do this and that? Well, guess what? I got my little side piece living with us.
Yeah.
So there's that. And then you were saying that you think like he just went off on her, which I agree with too.
Because that's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Yeah.
My whole thing was when you thought it was because of him cheating. I thought when he said I'm gonna get you back was or already got you back. You already got me back. That he just probably went off on her when the news first came out. Like they were at home behind closed doors and he just yelled and they had a huge fight argument.
Mm-hmm.
I think like he let out all his frustration on her already.
Yeah.
So that was him getting back. Like, no, you about to hear.
1000%. You're about to hear some shit.
And then he
Yeah.
probably like later on, or like, you know what? While you was doing that, I was out here fucking so and so. Like that might have happened.
Oh, 1000%. Yeah.
We don't know. We're not gonna know. We probably won't ever know.
No, it's all theories.
It's all theories, but yeah, I think they cleaned it up very well.
No, they done.
And they're gonna continue being America's couples. I don't think they're gonna be relationship goals anymore, though.
No, everybody's taking that whole like I want that Jada
and Will love that shit gotta get thrown out the window.
Yeah, they've been together for a long time, and regardless if they were open, see, my thing is if they were open and they said it, you can still aspire to be them.
Yeah.
That's just how they keep their relationship together. It was just the bullshit that she was putting out on that like 13-minute, like, no, that was just all bullshit, I think.
We are back, and it is time for the world's favorite segment. It's a personal favorite of Sade and mine. It's called If You Don't Know.
Sorry, I thought you paused. I'll edit it out. Go ahead.
No. You already did what you did.
No,
Wait.
I'll edit. Did you want me to edit out the first one or just that?
Fuck you.
All right.
Yeah.
So, if you don't know.
If you don't know, man, it's where we shout out artists inside and outside New Jersey that we feel that y'all need to take a listen to, check out, and hopefully they'll become your new favorite artist by the time this episode airs or after this episode airs. So first up, I got a gentleman by the name of Tempo. I've known this guy for about close to 10 years now. He is well known around the Jersey area as far as musicians. He works with a lot of people. Recently, he's been working alongside DJ Drewski, DJ Tarzan, helping out with their showcases. He's been given a lot of unsigned artists, great opportunities throughout the New Jersey area, so much love to him. And when he's not doing that, he's also a great rapper and a hell of a singer as well. Fucking phenomenal freestyle. I tell him that shit all the fucking time, that he can freestyle his ass off. I pretty much would put him up against pretty much anybody in Jersey that freestyles. I think he'd be a good matchup for him. But nevertheless, this track I'm going to play right now called Relax is Tempo in his R&B bag. I don't know who produced the track, but it's a smooth one. Came out earlier this year, available on all streaming platforms. So I'm going to play that right now. It's called Relax by Tempo. And you can find him at Tempo_official on IG. Let me just double check that. Excuse me. It's Tempo_the artist on IG. And you can check more of his other songs. And of course, you can just find him on all streaming platforms for his music from this year and also his past projects.
Like sister and brother, I need to come up, cause I grind to the sun up. Yeah, I need a thumbs up, flipping that pack till it's done up. And stacking my lump sums, I got bills to pay, I got lawyer fees. Baby mama won't let me enjoy my seat. I need a brand new whip and insurance fees. Iced out wrist like it's 4 degrees. Xing out on my exes, making moves and progressing. I don't make the rules, I correct them. And I don't pity the fools, I neglect them. Yeah,
I'm laughing because Trill said he wasn't a rapper.
Oh, that killing my vibe, I do not need that.
Oh, did you see what I said?
Yeah, same.
No, I do not need that, I need to relax. Yeah. Oh, that killing my vibe, I do not need that. No, I do not need that.
No, I do not need that.
It's my man Tempo, Relax, available on all streaming platforms. What up, brother? Talk to you soon, hopefully. All right, for my second, if you don't know, shout out to the Interstate Runners, shout out to Nova Soprano, former guest on the show. One of his artists from the Interstate Runners by the name of Xani.
Yep.
Queen Xani had just dropped her debut on all streaming platforms called The Interview.
Yeah.
Dropped early last week, or early this week, actually. Dropped
Yeah,
it
it's
on
supposed to
Surprise.
drop tomorrow.
And they dropped it earlier. Yeah, they did a surprise drop. Yeah, a lot of good records on this, man. Very, very impressive showing by Xani. Definitely putting her foot in the ring, you know, trying to get noticed out here, doing her fucking thing on the hip-hop scene. And I've seen plenty of her videos. Hell of a dancer, hell of a fucking rapper. And she does great work with the Interstate Runners, man. So there were a lot of tracks on this that had a lot of bop to it.
Yeah.
One that definitely stuck out was the 5th track on this one, which is called Fame. It's featuring Erica the artist. I'm just going to put it to a random spot. But this song was definitely banging. So this is Fame featuring Erica the artist. And the main artist is Xani from the Interstate Runners. Shout out to the Interstate Runners. Shout out to Nova Soprano. Let's play it. Fast forward a little bit.
I'm in a better space, I'm in a better place. And I swear he want the title like a heavyweight. Go ahead and wait, I'm too busy moving in my lane. Got E with me, ain't no gassing when we make it big. This my philosophy, honestly, I move modestly. I thought you had my back, now we dropping like the economy. I really get the bag, forget the fame. You ain't gotta like me, but better respect my name. Now I'm in your mental, this could get suspenseful. While you busy loading bullets, I'll be prepping up my missile. See, I got them stressing cause I'm popping like a vessel. I don't want no trouble unless you messing up my hustle. No, it's Xani, I make double. I'm just trying to make it stack like buying a McDouble. They say to watch a circle, but I'm quick to bust your bubble. Why they all moving outside? I'm busy moving through my tunnel. Don't be quick to judge the queen. I'm the reason that they know you.
You ain't never seen no shine like this. Tell me, have you seen a really shine like this? So that you can see all of the grind and the risk. Wait, baby, let's take a trip. Wait, let's dip and take a trip to the Bahamas. And you know I fuck with you cause you don't bring no drama.
That was Fame. That was Xani featuring Erica. The artist song is called Fame. It's available on all streaming platforms. Shout out to Interstate Runners. Shout out to Nova Soprano. The album is called The Interview. It is available on all streaming platforms. Shout out to Xani.
All right,
Sade, who you got?
Let me get the
Pass you the wire. Here you go.
he was a producer for us. I just remember it was like a couple months back, Dante. But did we settle?
DZH?
DZH, right?
Yeah.
DZH.
That's how I just ended up calling DZH.
So, he just dropped. I believe he has a project coming out. Let me just check him out real quick. But he just dropped this new single. Let me see. Yeah, so She Knows Interlude is going to be my first. If you don't know, it's a single off the Do Rag Tapes Volume 1 that he said it's expected to drop sometime this month. Later this month, sorry. And this one is produced by Gino and him. And then, yeah, let me check this out real quick. Let me go hit play.
Mission at this point, no ballpoint, finna write my story with a pen. They wanna gun us down for the color of our skin. If your number ain't in my phone, I know we ain't kin. Yeah, MCM got 360 waves, but sign a whole 360 deal. Telling the label that he wants freedom, and he's out. LOL, how you think they gon' feel? For real, she knows that I'm gonna be down regardless, and I ain't really even get shit started. But I feel like the love's departed, and I can't tell that she knows that I'm gonna be down regardless, and I ain't even really get shit started. But I feel like the love's departed, but she can't tell.
How dope is that to be
I'm
a
on my grind like
producer? Not like this song is dope. That's why I picked it. But like, how dope is that to be a producer in a rapper?
I think it's very dope. I think when you I know dudes like Obi, he's rapper, producer, and engineer. Like that shit.
When we talked about the rapper thing, he looked at us like, nah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he feels like he doesn't rap anymore, but he still got it in him.
Mm-hmm.
He's still doing his thing. Shout out to DZH, man. That was great. What was that called again?
She Knows Interlude.
She Knows. That's what's up.
Yeah, so that's gonna be on the upcoming. Let me just pull it up. The Do Rag Tapes Volume 1. So you can find him on Instagram.
Like that name too.
Yeah, I really like that. I can't wait for that one. I know it's funny because when he posted that, and I saved it, so I'm like, oh, because I like his work. I really do like his music. So I'm like, I saved it so I can listen back, and I figured it was going to be If You Don't Know anyway. And it was funny because I instantly thought about Prospect and the millions of fucking do-rags. Like, he'd be, like, changing right in the middle of shit. It's the funniest thing.
We haven't gotten on him about that in a while.
We haven't seen him, like, on a live or anything. We haven't been in lives in a long time.
That too. Shout out to Prospect. All right, second one, who you got?
My next one is this new girl. So I had mentioned, like, One Mic Days doing their community series shit.
Yeah.
So she was on there, and I found her through. I was like, let me check this girl out. And her voice is amazing. Let me just get her name real quick. If you don't know, where is she? Oh, on Instagram, it's Epic Vibe. 3 E's at the end. Dashana? No, there's no U though. What do you think here?
It could be Dashana.
Dashana, right?
I wouldn't see it being Dashana. I don't see that.
Dashana. There's no U, but anyway, regardless, girl, your voice. Let me just hit this. So it's Hold It, parentheses, Don't Tell Me You Love Me. We're bringing the long intros back. Girl, her jagged edge shit. Let me stop. It was like 2 seconds.
I'm wondering what that was.
She's a nice vibe. And I seen part of her live performance with them with One Mic. And
was it this song?
I believe so. I just saw that like the quick one.
I gotta check that. I haven't seen any clips of that shit. I know it's on Twitch, but I have not seen any clips of it on any social media.
I've seen it on Instagram here and there, but like he'll kind of promote who's gonna be on the next episode. And I seen it, and he has a good he gets some good singers. Like the female artists that go through One Mic Day are fucking bomb. So I was like, all right, let me check this girl out.
Yeah, I think I seen Steven Darnell actually gonna have a performance there very soon. I think he already did one.
No, he is doing like an exclusive thing for his next project with One Mic Day. So I'm excited about that one. I'm definitely tuning in. But this is fire.
Huh?
Sorry, we're having side conversations. And it matches like the beat so well too.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that the beat is so fucking chill.
Yeah, but yo, shout out to her. I'll be listening. Let me add to my library. Add to my barefoot playlist. That shit was fire.
Man, I'm gonna send you that. I'm gonna send you that collab. Matter of fact.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What we were talking about. Yeah, on the side.
Yeah, I'm gonna send that to you right now.
All right. So damn, this episode so much fucking bullshit, and we didn't even get to new music, which we're not going to. Don't worry. This is the end of the episode. We're gonna save that for next week, along with Migos and all the extra shit. Anything else? Any closing notes?
Any closing notes? Nah, I pretty much said what I wanted to before concerning Petty Paddy. Just a reminder for all the other artists, like, I care nothing about your views or your numbers or your streaming sales. Like, to me, all that shit is bullshit. There's way too many motherfuckers making whack music that got 100,000 more plays and views than other dudes right now that can wrap circles around them. Yeah. I'm not even saying me, because I'm not going to put myself in the conversation. I know where I stand, but...
Even, like... Oh, shit, sorry. Even with our friends, regardless of, like, our circle, outside of our circle, there are plenty of people.
There are plenty of dope motherfuckers.
Yeah, like...
Yeah, there's plenty of them outside
so I don't
our
want
circle.
anybody thinking, like, we're just talking about our friends. No, like, outside of our people, there are dope-ass fucking people. There are dope-ass artists that they don't get the exposure. They... kind of ride the same. They're like no, like we want organic. We want to, like, I want my talent to be known. But then you get these people that come in, that swoop in and start attacking on Instagram. My team this, my team. Fuck you and your
for
team.
And for those dope artists that aren't in our circle, y'all should be just as mad about this bullshit, because you letting these whack motherfuckers overtake you in these streaming numbers, and
it makes them look bad.
And you're making people think that they're doper than you when they're not.
I personally, I just work for We Are Jersey. I personally wouldn't do anything with him.
And I hate a dope motherfucker that has to go about shit that way too.
Yeah.
Because if your skills can speak for themselves, which they do and they should, there's no reason for you to go out and reach out for shit like that.
Side note, now that I'm sober, I kind of want to go back to those voice notes that we sent. that I sent over, and I'm arguing with you while I'm, like, sending the voice notes and shit.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say they're nothing crazy. I'm surprised. You don't remember.
I don't want to. No, not that I don't remember, but just the way I sound. I'm like, because she was laughing. She's like, "Oh, I gotta hear."
You sound regular to me. I don't think you sound any type of crazy. You sound just like you sound.
I know,
now.
but actually, I just realized I did mention I was day drinking. I was like, my bad, I was day drinking.
You did say that. That's right.
Yeah, that's why she was like, "Oh, I gotta drink with you."
No, but
anyway, yeah,
that's it. I'm all good.
Sorry guys for the long episode. We
got
a lot
few
of
things coming up
unpack.
this weekend. We got a couple celebrations to deal with this weekend, and we're gonna hang out with some good people. We're gonna keep it socially distant though. We're gonna be safe about it.
Yeah, and then Joy's birthday's next week too.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Word. Hopefully I get to see her then.
Surrounded
That's
by
what
fucking Leos.
Shout out to Joy though, man. I miss her.
Yeah.
I ain't seen her since the protest.
All right, peace. We are
out.
Oh, do your closing shit. I just realized.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, all right. So, Lyrical Fix Pod. You can check us at the Lyrical Fix Pod on IG. Also, check out our episodes on Apple, Audio Mac, Anchor, Spotify. Also, check us out on YouTube. This episode will not be in video. Just gonna see the fancy ass cover once we figure it out. Yeah, make sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, give us the 5-star ratings, keep us hot out in these podcast streets.
Holla.
As always, this has been episode 46, The Cleanup, with your host, Kid Pro.
And Sade.
And we'll catch y'all next week. Stay safe, wash your hands, wash your ass, take care of each other.
Peace.